Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared with my lovely wife, Kara.
Hello.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neeves Knives. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully all is well. We have a couple things we're going to talk about, but we are doing Q&A, so you guys can ask any questions you want. Pretty much anything goes, but we have a couple things over here in the background that somebody sent us that we want to show you guys, and then we're going to watch a couple short clips and videos of how these things are made, yada yada yada. So we'll wait a couple minutes and then we'll reveal it. Let's let a couple people get in here. I probably wasn't watching knife streams then. No idea what you're talking about.
Why did you click on?
What we were talking about was with the with Kara being pissed.
Oh, no. I'll talk about it.
Well, yeah, I got it pulled up. We'll show you guys. We'll
Yeah.
just show you. So we'll talk about that here in 1 second. What's up, Alice? Ian? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It is a nice jacket. I'm liking it. Fairly well made. Aaron says, I got the Deca today. Nice. Man, I feel like the scales are going to snap. Get the original goat scales. You got to hurry up and get those. Once you get those, though, I'm telling you,
I think they're out of stock.
I'm not positive. They might not be out of stock because they did restock.
OG needs to hurry and restock.
Oh, restock. Okay, yeah. Okay.
The power of reading.
Yeah. Anyways, they should be restocked here pretty quick though, because I know they have. Just so you guys know, they do have some titanium ones coming. So if you wanted to, you might want to just wait off for those if you want to tie over the aluminum. I don't think it really matters. Both of them, it doesn't matter. Either one's going to make it feel 10 times better. So that's definitely, in my opinion, it's a must if you get that knife. It's kind of like the old, in my opinion, I mean, a lot of people like the original bug out. But to me, I thought it was a must to get at least G10 scales.
I think a lot of people thought that. For sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. But some people were rocking them. Like just raw dogging it.
Duh.
What's up, Mike? Damn it. I have to film every.
You keep clicking on some weird ass comments, baby.
I know. Mike had to be the one. I feel Jerad got some J1s under that desk. What are you talking, Jordans? No, I don't have any Jordans. I've had Jordans in the past, but I don't really wear Jordans.
This man is a boot man.
I'm a boot man. I like American made footwear. I do have a couple, like I have a couple other like off brands and stuff that are really nice, but I am more into like leather stuff, like leather boots. And I know Jordans are made with leather, but
did your chair go up any higher? You look like you're so much shorter than me, when in reality I'm like
you're on a thing that's way taller.
Just to be clear, I'm a foot shorter than him.
She's on a chair that's way higher than mine. but
you were like this though. You look so short.
But with footwear though, I do like with tennis shoes and stuff. You know, it just depends on what I'm doing because I wear different shoes for different purposes. So, like, if, I was wearing a certain outfit, I might wear just like some white tennis shoes. If I'm going to the gym, I'll wear gym shoes. But I'm not really rocking any J's.
Don't you put the angle finder on the actual pole when you're using the...
What's the question?
Like when you're using an angle finder on the Corey.
Okay. Corey says, when you're using the Worksharp Precision and a digital angle finder, do you place the finder on the blade? No, put it on the clamp. Just put it on the actual clamp. You can, like, if you want to, you can like rest it kind of, but the thing is, though, is that then it's going to like angle a little bit. So however you can get it, just make it work, but you can put it on the clamp as long as, sorry, the rod is what I meant to say. The rod.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you put it on the pole.
I'm sorry, the rod. Yeah,
I'm over here knowing more about sharpening.
Fucking me
Just saying.
No, yeah.
I know you guys know
because
it's a ruse. It's been me the whole time.
My other one, it's the clamp because it moves. The clamp moves.
But in general,
with the Worksharp in particular, it's the rod because that's what moves. How do I reverse flick a knife? I've got a video on that, and I'm sure there's many other videos, but it's pretty simple. You just
you put the knife backwards in your hand and then just open it as usual, reversed.
Lay
Got
it
him.
in your hand. Cover with your thumb. That's what's gonna hold it. Bring your finger in.
I'm gonna just say though,
Apply pressure.
was that Alice that
Bam.
asked that?
No.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
What?
About the middle
reverse
three?
looking? No, it's Ari.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Ari. I have 4 pairs of boots from Thursday Boots. I do not have any Thursday. I have a Thursday coat, a leather coat.
He once had a
It's
pair
really
of Thursday
nice.
sneakers for a day.
Yeah, I sent them back.
I just didn't like the way they looked.
I loved the way they looked.
I didn't like how they didn't. They
fit
didn't have
well.
like a right where it goes under your ankle, like the cuff of the shoe. It didn't have anything. It just was like blank. There was no like extra like design there or padding or anything. It just like ended and it looked thin, and I didn't like that.
It was good quality though. It was a good shoe. It was a white sneaker, just a white sneaker, and that's what I was looking for at the time. I wanted a plain white sneaker because that goes good with certain things in the summer. But now, if I get something else from Thursday, it's gonna be some boots or some.
You're gonna have a boot video soon.
I do have a boot video coming up.
I just got new boots today, in fact, but they're secret boots.
Yeah. Those will probably be in the video. What's up, Brian? I'm gonna walk the dogs and then come back to tune in. But just wanted to say, like the stream before I go. Awesome, man. Thank you. And I don't know if you're still in here or not, but we actually have a little topic talking about something that we were talking about the other day. So see you soon. I flick my middle finger all day at work. I bet you do. The middle finger stays flicking. Do Chris Reeve knives ever go up in value on the secondary market?
Some of them.
Well,
depends how hard they are to get.
But not really though. The reason why they don't usually, like, if there's like a one-off, right? Like literally a one-off, one that's very special.
Very hard to get.
Yeah, but for the most part, most of them you can.
It's like they stay at value. They don't decline in value.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They hold their value.
Yeah, they hold it.
They hold their value very well.
But like some of those really, really particular designed ones where it's like he said, like a one-off, or like I said, like ones that are harder to get. It's just, I mean, it's supply and demand, right? People want Chris Reeves knives. If you have a really special one, it may, but it's not going to appreciate in value like a collectible piece though. No, I don't think it would do that.
It's just not.
I mean, you could probably get an extra like 30, 40 bucks out of something like that, I would think.
It's not going to, because you can always order it. You can always order one, and then, but the thing is, though, is their wait time is a long time for any custom orders right now. Like, you can still find Chris Reeve knives at knife dealers, at different dealers, but it's going to be the regular ones or one that you didn't pick out in particular. To get like a custom piece, that would take like, I think 4 years right now or something, or at least probably a year.
If you had a custom piece in particular that somebody wanted that exact thing,
specific,
they would probably pay more for it. But like, it's just such a specific scenario, I feel like.
But for the most part, they don't go up, they hold their value.
Yeah.
Which is really good. That's really good. Yeah. Because
not every knife does that.
Most knives go down.
Yeah. But you know what, though?
Some knives do go up, though.
A lot of knives, I feel like are one of the things that hold their value close to their value.
That's true.
More than any other collectible like object, kind of.
As long as they're kept in good shape.
Because like you think about a car, the second you drive it off the lot,
you're fucked.
You're fucked, right? But with a knife, like most knife sales, when you watch them, people are only selling them like $10 below what they were new. So I mean, that's not a bad investment.
Thank you, us. I appreciate it. Thoughts on clone knives, specifically from Ollie. So I don't recommend anybody get anything from Ollie. And I'll explain why. One, stay away from clones. Clones are not good. Like, and I get it. Like when you are really tight on cash and there's a specific design that you really, really like and you really, really want, and sometimes
they won't live up to what you want.
Sometimes they do, though. There are some.
Now these days
there's some clones out there that are very, very close to the knife that you're probably wanting. But here's the issue: it will not be heat treated well, so you're not going to get the steel you want, and it's going to be heat treated poorly, most likely. So you might get a good functioning knife, but it's the best part about it's going to be shit. Now, as far as AliExpress goes, I don't trust anything from Ali. Nothing.
We never buy from there.
I've never bought one thing from there because I know of lots of people that have bought things from there and didn't get because like it'd be advertised like say S30V or whatever, and then it's fucking 440C or something, or trying to get something maybe it's a clone. because they sell so many clones on there that it's very difficult to know if you're actually getting what you are thinking you're going to get.
Right.
Sometimes it is though. Like there are a lot of things though.
Yeah, there's a lot of legit stuff on the AliExpress. I know a lot of people that use it regularly. Yeah. I just personally am like, there's so many other options and it just feels shady to me. You know, like when you go on a website, it just feels shady. That's the vibe I get on AliExpress.
They do have some really good deals on certain things and there's lots of parts and they do a lot on there, but I don't trust it. I don't like it. So
pull up Aaron's comment. It's time.
Did anyone else? Okay, so you guys are ready?
All right,
well, I have this other thing pulled up right now.
Baby.
All right.
It's time. I'm pissed.
Bitch. Now I gotta fucking find that thing again.
I'm pissed.
All right.
You know why I'm pissed? Who here knows what Butters is? Okay. Does anyone know who Butters is?
Let's talk about Butters.
All right. Let's talk about Butters
first.
Okay. Here's Butters. Butters is my design that Jerad didn't want me to make because he thought no one would like it.
I wanted you to make it.
Okay.
I was all about it.
I just want you guys to. I can't. Do
number one cheerleader. I know. You can see it. Though.
Butters.
Butters.
Do you see him?
There we go. Bam.
Now look at that. What is that? What is that, Kizer? I loved you, Kizer. You're my favorite knife brand, and I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed.
But do you want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But listen, make my screen big again, please.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a few key differences between Butter and the Towser S. Now, when people saw the Towser S at the Blade Show, I got hella comments saying, Kara, they're making Butters. And I didn't see it, so I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I thought they were crazy because I was just thinking of the Towser K, and I'm like, that's not Butters. No, I see the Towser S now, and I'm upset. Because check this out, okay? Look at this. It's on our damn merch. This is Butters, okay? Look, there's a few key differences. Mine has the blade canted slightly upwards. If you've ever seen or held a hinder or half track, it is like that, right? Like I want the blade
like
to
an
be
actual Warncliffe, like edge.
It's like a sheep's foot blade shape
with a Warncliffe edge.
But like facing up, almost like the blade is like inserted differently.
Straight razor.
The other thing, if I was actually going to make Butters, is I would want the choil to be one of the choils where it connects to the scales, meaning like the choil is partially part of the blade, and then the scale is also cut out right here to make one good finger choil that doesn't take up as much of your edge space.
That makes sense.
But this is a titanium knife with a beautiful anodization that I hand drew on it.
That's hand
and he's got a little lanyard hole on his butt just because I thought it was cute. And he's a little bit.
Why? Oh yeah, I guess it's small. I guess it's small. Okay, I'll give you credit for that.
Yeah, he's a teeny weeny.
All right. Let me get to the super chat.
Well, and his scale is a little bit fatter and shorter than the Towser S. But other than that, I'm calling you out, Kizer.
Metallica with the 5 bones. I love my Iron Rangers that are 1 year old. Mine are about a year old. Mine are a little bit less than a year old. You got yours right before mine, I think. I think so. I'm not positive about that. But yeah, mine, I'm loving mine. Mine are broken in so well. The thing with Iron Rangers and Red Wings period is that they feel like 2x4s when you first put them on, but that's because they use really thick, heavy duty leather that breaks in over time. So over time, that winds up softening up into like a glove. And like I've had multiple pairs of Red Wings, and yeah, and I've wore them out. Like I've worn them so much, so I know exactly like how tough they are and how well they feel like after a while. Mine are like at that level now to where it just feels like a glove.
You're super behind.
I'm getting to it. Okay?
Sorry, I was just letting you know.
I was letting you rant. Jerad, seen the $6 button lock from Walmart? I did not see a $6 button lock from Walmart.
It's a Walmart branded knife.
I wouldn't get it. Custom. It's a 6-year wait on Imnandi, and only one place I can find any is on eBay. All basic models have a price increase of typically 100 bills. So if there's going to be certain models that are going to be obvious. For some reason, I was thinking the 31 when we were talking about it. But yeah, the M90, the Umnums, things like that, those might be up a little bit higher if they're more difficult to get. Anything that's more difficult to get.
You have to think of it as a separate thing though, because there's a price increase due to supply and demand, And then there's price increase due to just like the knife itself being a collectible piece. As far as it being like a collectible piece, I think they tend to just hold their value or slightly increase. But yeah, when their wait list is that long and people want what they want, it's like when the PlayStation 5 comes out and the demand is high and the supply is low, and so people will pay $1,000 for a $500 object on eBay. It's like the same thing.
Do you believe artisan cutlery knives have the same level of craftsmanship as WE knives? So yes and no. So I think that WE has better heat treat, at least by a little bit. But there are some models that Artisan knocks out of the park and does a really good job on. And there's some models that WE does not do a great job on. But as far as the best and the best goes, no, the Artisan does not do as well.
I want to say something about that.
WE
Actually,
does better.
I've always wanted to say this about
especially
Artisan.
if you start talking about the OEM work. Now, I'm not saying Artisan doesn't knock some of that shit out too, like really well. Like I have one right here. This is technically it's CJRB, but that's Artisan. And it's a titanium feldspar, and they did this they did a very good job on this. But overall though, no, WE does a better job.
I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
I found Artisan, discovered their site before they were even on like Blade HQ. They were on no websites yet but their own, and I discovered them, and I wanted one of their very early models really bad, and I loved a lot of their designs. And I even remember you being like kind of nervous and like even buying something from them because you didn't know who they were.
From who?
Artisan. Like when I found their site, they weren't on any websites besides just their own. You were like, who the hell is this thing? So I found them really early and I really liked their stuff. And I'm going to tell you, every Artisan I've ever gotten, this is just a personal opinion, there's always been something slightly disappointing about it. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is. But like, there's just like a feeling to a lot of their models where I'm not feeling the vibe. Like it's usually to do with, I think, just like the way the liners feel, kind of cheap on some of them. I don't quite know what it is, but it does not come close to the vibe of WE for me at all.
Yeah.
Facts aside, it's just the way that I just kind of feel like when I get one in hand, I just don't click with their stuff. And it's a shame because I actually really like a lot of the designs. I don't know what it is.
Have you guys had any dealings with Holtzman Gorilla Folding Spiral knives? I do not think so. I can't remember.
Vu's here.
Vu is at work.
Vu
is at work.
I'm upset.
No, he's at work. He's gonna be on here
pretty
soon. We're gonna
You better rewind and watch my rant about butters really quick. Okay, you need to make this right, or I'm gonna sue. No,
it's already out. Saw the first pick today. Yeah, we haven't had one on yet, but hopefully we'll get one on.
Yeah, who designed butters? That's who I need to attack.
You did.
No, I know I designed butters, but like, I mean, who designed the Kizer butters?
Someone should mod a Towser S to make it look like butters. It already does.
Yeah, it's done. They just need to cant the blade upward a little bit.
Barely. Anyone got a readout still like it months later? I had one. I gave it to Erica from Not Your Average GDC. But yeah, I liked it a lot. The heat, that was one of the...
It was big.
That was one of the best heat-treated D2s I've felt in a long time. It was very well done. If it's a Kizer, it must be T1 titanium for me. The T1 is an amazing knife.
That Ozark brand, Dick, is like trashy, not good brand.
What's up, Trevin?
Just FYI.
Yeah, it's Ozark Trails or whatever, but like, yeah. I wouldn't mess with
They've had those at Walmart for a while. And they're
about $40 is what you're gonna have to spend to get a quality. But listen, you gotta understand that's a phenomenal deal because, like, when we first stepped into the market, the only way you were getting a good button lock, you were spending a lot of money. Then the Griffin came out. The Griffin was like $50, which was like the best thing you could ever imagine. And then it was a long while before you seen any other button locks, unless if you're willing to pay hundreds of dollars. Now, Civivi, Suncut, and other companies have a lot of button locks. And Suncut is doing an amazing job on their button locks for like $43. And that's about the best you can get for the money. So like the lowest amount for the best quality. I got it about a week after it came out. The similarities. Oh, the similarities with butters.
Yeah. That's all you gotta say is Bill? Just
How do you fix? Wait, hold on. How do you fix a still liner lock? My praxis seems stiff. Oh, you mean a stiff? Okay, a stiff liner lock. Watch my how to tune. So I have multiple videos on this. You can watch my how to tune a detent video or how to adjust a lock bar on a knife. Just look that up on Neeves Knives and you will find it. I have an entire video, multiple videos on how to tune your detent and fix that. You want to watch that video so I can speak to it in depth, but it's very easy. Trust me, very, very easy. You can do it right now. The only thing about it is you can't get new scales for it. Everything else is perfect. What were we talking about, Trevin?
I
don't know which one we're talking about.
don't know. He just keeps saying it's awesome, Poppy.
It's awesome. Okay. All right. We're gonna catch up because we are behind.
We
we got backed up.
We're behind.
We got backed up every time you went on a rant. Hi again. Just got off work. Can you please tell me why I should buy that new Kizer Pinkerton knife again? I am on the fence with my purchase. Thank you. I don't know which one you're talking about. The Pinkerton.
There's a few.
There's a lot of them.
There's
He's
the
got
Fire
a bunch of
Ant. There's the Rogue. There's the
little guy. The Shard. The Shard. Shard.
Yeah, that is Dirk Pinkerton. The Shard.
There's a bunch of them, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Let me know which one you're talking about, and I will.
I love the Raccoon as well. Whoever said that.
We just cut that quick.
The Raccoon is a great knife.
Your grandmother bought a black tie Kubi Atlas for your brother for Christmas. That's amazing. Shout out to Grandma, man. That's an awesome grandma. Is that Terravantium shit you were taking about in the video today? Yes. We're going to talk about that, actually. I got it right here.
You know, my grandma got you your first Kizer sheepdog.
That's true. That is true. Your grandma's the shit, too. So, the Terravantium. This is, if you guys didn't watch it, you guys can watch my first impressions on it. I go into pretty good in depth about it for first impressions, but it's the Terrain 365 Invictus. This is the 3.5 inch version. They do have a 3-inch version that looks pretty sweet too, but somewhat of a tactical-ish knife. But the beauty about it is the Terravantium. It does not use iron. There's no steel on this. So the blade is not steel. It is not steel at all. It is made out of basically like a cobalt. It's some I forget the name of it. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's Terravantium, and it's completely corrosion proof. So you never have to worry about corrosion, rust. It's impossible. It cannot rust. They have 100% warranty or guarantee that this knife will never corrode or rust on you. Now, the cool thing about it is it's supposedly, I haven't tested it yet, so I'm going to be sharpening it here very soon because I'm already in need of an edge. We'll speak about that in a second, but it supposedly holds on to a toothy edge for a very long time, and like the reason why is because of the carbides in the steel with the cobalt. It's almost like little rocks in the metal, and when you grind down the edge, it comes out like serrations, at the edge. So it's like a little serrated blade when you sharpen it. Now, I haven't sharpened it, so I don't know that from experience. I know that from reading it. So we're gonna sharpen it up, and the reason why it went dull pretty quick is because it is thick geometry with a high angle. They sharpen it at a high angle. I'm going to lower back the angle a little bit, make it a little bit slicier. I'm not going to try to take it up to a super high grit or anything, hearing how, maybe I'll try and see how it goes, just for review sake. But I'm going to think that it's probably going to do best with a toothy edge, like, they say. But, maybe I'll try it with a fine edge. Maybe it will hold a fine edge or take a fine edge pretty good. I don't know. But, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I do like seeing new things. I think it's badass. I know this has been out for like a year or something like that. So It's not technically brand new, but it's new to me. It's a new subject for me. It's the first time I'm getting to try it. I do have another knife in it, so 2 knives to test it. And that one does have thinner geometry than this. I would love to see them do a hollow grind on something like this, but I get it though, because this is somewhat of like a tough knife. And if this was made out of like a tough steel, I would be prying and picking and stabbing all kinds of shit with it. But I'm not that confident with Terravantium yet, so I don't know. And what were you gonna say, baby? I can feel you wanting to say something. No? Tri-State EDC, shout out to Tri-State. Go and subscribe to his channel. Neeves has evolved into his final form, circa 2010's George Clooney. That's hilarious. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate it, man. I'll take that. George Clooney, yeah. He's pretty popular with the ladies.
Wait, they're talking about the Escort. That's the Pinkerton design.
The Kizer Escort? Okay, so, oh, the Escort, man. Badass. Get it. Hands down, get it. Like, I don't even have to think about that. That's a good one. I like it a lot. The Drop Bear or the Escort, both of them, phenomenal. Can't go wrong with either one. I would heavily recommend that to anybody looking for a great EDC knife, a great work knife, so on. That is so fucking cool. I want one of those bad. I'm just nervous it's going to break or chip. Oh, the Terravantium. That, see, I don't, with, if you get one of these, I don't think it can. Cause the geometry, like I said, I think, and this is just my suspicion, is that the reason why they did the geometry they did on that is to prevent that. I think they know that people are going to be a little bit tougher on it. Now, don't go chopping with it because it's not good with impact, but I think as long as you're using it like a regular knife, I think it'll be just fine. I honestly
should make a competing material called Caravantium.
Terravantium. I'd buy it. But the reason why I suspect that it would do
Don't
just
laugh
fine,
like that at my jokes. That was patronizing.
that was a real laugh.
That was not how you laugh. You were supposed to go.
Just like that.
You laugh like that sometimes.
I know.
You do.
All right.
You got some good ones.
The reason why, though, I think that it would be just fine is because the other knife I have has thin geometry. So it has the ability to take and hold thin geometry, at least on something that's only going to be used for cutting. The fact that they went a lot thicker on this one, I think it's because
Mark says you should do a hard use video with Terravantium. Are you able to use those knives?
They're mine.
Okay.
They're mine.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fucking using them. I just said I'm going to sharpen it. It's the salt and pepper chin, my boy. All right. I'll take that too.
Yeah. I like salt and pepper.
Carol likes it. I said I would
it's distinguishing.
darken it up if I had to. She don't want me to, so
I don't.
And
I also
don't
like
mind
that your mustache is randomly ginger for some reason.
it'll darken up as it goes out.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool.
It's kind of like just like my hair. When my hair's really short, my hair's blonde.
No, not
Blonde-ish.
anymore. Maybe when you were younger.
In the summer, yeah. My hair changes, yeah, it does.
I know your hair. It's like
I know my hair very well.
It's like
too.
a very, very dirty blonde at best.
Yeah. But it gets
like
darker.
dirty.
It gets darker the longer, I guess that's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, my stash is a little bit on the like
a lot of guys have
side.
that. My brother has that too, and he has darker hair than you do.
So. Yeah, your brother does. But I'm gonna let it fill out a little bit and see how it goes. Speaking of that, I was gonna wait till or you know what? Actually, we're gonna talk about something else and then we'll get into that. But first, we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna shout out Jim. I'm not gonna say his last name because he didn't ask us to talk about him or anything, but he sent us some Flint napped knife, completely handmade, and we're gonna watch a video on how something like this is made. It's really badass. I can tell this thing took a lot of work, man. This thing's amazing. We're gonna go over the materials here in 1 second.
And
then
this.
we have that. Show them the whole thing. Then we have this,
which is a drill head, actually.
Yeah,
it's like a drill bit, an ancient drill bit
for drilling. So it's like like an ancient drill bit. Very cool, though, right? Very cool. So the knife, read the top one.
Which Okay.
This one,
Okay.
because then we're gonna go over.
The specific knife I made for you has a blade made from agatized coral. Basically, it's coral from the ocean that over hundreds of thousands of years has been agatized in a process similar to petrified wood. It's a fossil of what was once living coral. The blade is held in the bone handle by pine pinch glue and sinew. Pine pinch is a hot melt type glue made from pine sap, animal fat, or beeswax, and a binder. I use charred pieces of yucca as the binder to give the pine pinch extra strength. The sinew comes from the back straps of deer kills. All of those items were used by prehistoric people to make tools and weapons. When knives were initially developed, they were tools for cutting cordage, scraping bark from a tree, and skinning fish and other animals. The brown. Okay, so the next thing, the arrowhead, is an.
No, you don't have to go through that stuff.
Okay, well, it's an atlatl dart, by the way, the arrowhead. It was meant for an atlatl, which, if you don't know, is kind of like a throwing spear.
Okay, so now we're going to watch a channel really quick that I have in the background.
Why is the mic, like, in your crotch?
So I can reach over.
Well, I don't think they want to hear what your crotch has to say.
No, I'm reaching for the camera. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you guys, and we're going to watch just a couple of shorts of this guy. And first, the sinew. So the sinew is, you know, the way what was wrapped around here. So that is, we're going to show right here what it is.
Yeah, I thought.
Right here.
Oh.
Share. All right, so you guys should see it right now. So we're going to watch this video. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear this. If you guys can't, let me know, and we'll replay it or something.
Kyle said less mic in the crotch, but more camera.
All right, try to be quiet, because otherwise they won't be able to hear, maybe. I don't know.
I know.
Just gotta be careful not to cut it. It's kind of encased in a little bit of a membrane. This right here is the piece we really want. That's the sinew that runs from the back of the leg all the way down to its ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, it's tough.
Shout out to Donnie Dust Video Tracks.
All right. There is the leg hide with back knuckles. What we're looking at here is the sinew runs from here all the way down. The best piece is this long piece. The longer the sinew, the easier it is to use. So usually it's going to be a little bit rotten up here. I'm trying to remove some of this casing. Go. That usually forks. It connects to both of its hooves down here. So it's that sinew we're trying to get to. Just gotta be careful not to cut it. It's kind of encased in a little bit of a membrane.
So now I'm going to play something else, like the knife that he this isn't the guy who sent us the knife, by the way, but I should reach out to this guy and see if he want me to send him a knife. But he makes a lot of handmade knives similar to the one we have, and here is a video of him making one. So you can see he's making a blade for a small bush knife. Flint knapping. He's using an antler. That's a piece of antler in his hand. Then he wraps it like with leather right there. That's a piece of like bull hide or buffalo hide. He's using a cushion. Go and subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of great content. Not with just this stuff, but with like all kinds of amazing stuff. Like he teaches outdoor survival stuff. I'm surprised. Oh, he's just doing the blade. Okay, so we're gonna find one where he makes the whole knife. So it'll only take a second. Give me 1 second. Let me look. But there's tons of them. You guys can see, like making fires to everything. Like, what is this?
Obsidian spearhead.
Yeah, I'm looking for a knife though. I want to see him make a knife. But he has tons of them though. So
he made the Far Cry Primal Club. What the heck?
Iceman knife. Should we do the Iceman knife? The stone ulu, stone knife, and a caribou handle. Let's do this one. Look at all that stuff behind him.
Yeah.
It's funny because he's probably in a studio, but it looks like he's in a cave.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. He's probably out in the wilderness or something, or like on a property or something. I don't know. Maybe in a shed. I have no idea. But he's always out in the wilderness. So he's got a dog he brings with him. A badass dope.
Does he?
Yeah.
Let's glue it up.
That's that stuff.
Yep, that's the stuff. Now I just need some of that sinew.
Oh, look at the handle he chose.
Yeah, that is cool.
Let's wrap the handle.
That's the sinew.
No, that's leather. He's using leather.
Well,
for
I
this
mean,
one.
like the
It would be
glue
sinew.
wasn't the sinew.
No, it would. Well, on ours it was the sinew, but that was
Here
leather
you go.
right there that he wrapped it with. But he does wrap them with sinew, obviously, because he went and got some.
Is
But
it
very
sinew
cool.
or
Find a young-
sinew?
Sinew.
Need to find a young hearthboard.
Anyways,
Spit.
that's enough. But figured that was kind of cool to check out. So shout out to Jim for sending those, man. That's really cool, and I do appreciate it because I know that took a lot of work. Those are not easy to do, and I do appreciate it. If you truly love animals, make sure that no animal product is ever wasted, so demand actually drops.
That was a sentiment of the Native Americans when they would kill buffaloes. Every single part would be used, and I mean everything. So I agree with that. If you're gonna kill an animal, you better make good use of it.
Get the most out of it. Like
Yeah.
obviously there's gonna be some waste, but yeah, get the most out of it.
Dude looks like his best friend is Wilson. Oh my god.
Donnie Dustin's a beast. He was on the show alone. The technique he's using is called Flint knapping. Yes. If there was a vegan, they would have told us already. If there was a vegan, yeah, they would have. It's all right.
It's kind of like hand sharpeners. It's like, vegans are a lot like hand
Oh my
sharpeners where
God.
it's like,
You know-
how do you know that somebody's a hand sharpener or somebody's a vegan? Because they
They'll
will have
tell you.
told you before you can even get that sentence out.
Pete from Caesar Canada was the first one who said that joke. He says, "How do you know somebody hand sharpened their knife? Because they're gonna tell you they hand sharpen their knife."
I want to make a
It's so
shirt.
true.
I want to make a shirt that says, "Do you even hand?" What did I
Do you
say?
even sharpen? Or
No,
something?
do you even
Free-
hand?
do you even
Do you
freehand?
even
Do you
freehand,
even
bro?
freehand,
I want
bro?
to make a shirt that says that, but Jared said it would be mean.
I don't think so. No, I didn't say that. I
You
didn't say it'd
did. You said it'd be mean to the
I said
fixed hand
I said
people,
more
or fixed
people
angle.
use fixed angle,
But still, I think the freehand people would
And
like
then
it.
I
'cause they're
agreed.
cocky mother.
and I agree. Wait, I thought knives were for looks and fidgeting. Who actually cares if they cut? Aren't you supposed to wear a mask?
Shane,
when
I
Flint knapping? don't
re-invited
think
you.
so.
I'm your friend
I
again,
never heard of
Shane.
somebody needing to wear a mask during Flint knapping.
I don't know.
Plus, think about it. You think Native Americans and all they use masks when they're Flint knapping?
Okay, Max says the shirt would be lit. I'm doing it.
Search for non-vegan.
Speaking of
food,
shirts, guys,
all
we do
that.
have some
Don't stick me up. all
and
right?
then I went like this. Our merch right now is 10% off if you guys want any for Xmas. And the code you can use is BANG10.
Oh, yeah. Can I pull it up somehow?
BANG, all capital.
I-
Uh,
Oh.
ah!
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay,
I was trying to find the
BANG
shirt.
10.
Go ahead.
BANG, all capital, number 10. I need to give you guys the link though, don't I? There's a new design on there. I'm gonna be adding more, but Jared wanted me to prematurely release the one I made.
Make it and I'll buy it and wear it on my channel.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna make that one. That one will take me like 2 seconds to make too, so
Yeah.
I can do that
Do
one.
you even
I'll do that
freehand,
one.
bro? But you
Yeah.
got to make sure there's a stone with somebody's hand sharpening. You got to. That's the only way you can do it.
I mean, maybe
can't
like on
just
the
have the-
back. I was just gonna do the words.
No, you can't just have the fucking words.
I was gonna do the words
No.
in the texture of a sharpening stone. That's what I was gonna
I'll
do.
draw it for you. It'll be
No,
very easy.
no, you don't know how to use my drawing thing.
I'll draw it and then you can redraw it.
No.
Even as a dirty liberal, I'll still eat a fuck ton of red meat. Yeah, I like my meat and protein from animals and things like that. But anybody who doesn't, that's whatever. I can understand why some people might not want that. I personally like if I could, which I know you always could, but I would love to in the future hunt a lot of the meat that I eat. I think that'd be a better way to go about it. But right now it's just not. I'm not able to do that. If you could supersize any of the knives in your collection to being sword sized, which one would you pick?
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
I would pick the cormorant just because I think it would be incredibly fun
Oh, but it'd be a
to have
fixed
a
blade.
giant
It'd be a
button
fixed
lock.
blade.
No, he said sword sized. He didn't say it actually had to be fixed blade.
Oh, so you're gonna squeeze it like this?
No, I'm gonna pick the big button. It's gonna go whoop, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hold the whole corner with my hand, the top flipper tab, and just go with my whole hand.
Yeah, I don't know what I would pick. I'm trying to think because how would you deploy it, man, when it's that fucking big? I was thinking of it as a fixed blade, but I'm not sure about that one. It's a tough one. I have to think about it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna drop the merch.
Logical, ask your question.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna drop the merch link in the chat. Followed up by the code if you want 10% off. There is a new design there that has real knives in it. It's pretty cool. It basically says Neeves knives, and it has all the like knives in our collection kind of like sticking out of the letters.
Care if you can design some merch that is more subtle, like something I could wear to work in a non-knife friendly workplace.
Yeah, what would that be though?
Just Neeves.
I mean,
what about the Neeves knives one?
I mean, I have the one that's just our circle logo. Like
Yeah.
it's just that very gentle looking cleaver.
That's not bad.
It's very geometric looking. I mean, that's probably the most subtle one, but I could do, something that's, I don't know. What do you do that's like a knife merch thing that's not
With the Bang Gang Squad? Bang Gang Squad?
I don't think he could wear that to work.
But you could try.
Because people would just read it reversed.
You don't like venison, Fiend? Oh, man, venison is delicious, especially if it's cooked right. See, I love venison, but I like
a possum shirt.
My favorite way
Make a kebab shirt.
is jerky. Like I love venison jerky, but it has to be done right. It has to be smoked and properly seasoned. Just get a cold still if you want a sword. There you go. Just got a Microtech Combat Troodon. Nice. I'm just here for the Bang Gang shirt.
I could make like one that's like the whole like I joined the Bang Gang squad and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. One of those nice vacation t-shirts.
Imagine any knife comically large to 20 times the scale, too big to deploy in a room. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about like, man, that detail.
I want a knife that you have to put. Picture this. Come into my brain with me. Picture a knife that's like anchored to the ground. Okay. And the flipper tab, there's a hole in the flipper tab going through it, like a lanyard hole, and you have a rope through the hole. And so to deploy the knife, you have to pull it kind of like a tree cutter, and you go bam, and then the whole. That would be cool, just for like show.
I get it.
Like if we ever have a booth at Blade Show, not that we need one, because why?
Well,
we don't
they
sell
have
knives,
some of those at
like,
Blade Show.
Could you imagine that?
They have balisons like that. They have automatics like that.
You can make Butters. Fuck selling it. Just make him a statue. Butters. Make him into a statue. Giant. And he's got a rope.
And people are gonna buy statues.
And people can come by and open the giant Butters and take a picture with him.
You have lost me. I have no idea what you're
How
talking
are you not
about.
Following this? I know they're following me.
All right.
I
Good
know
question.
they're following me.
I don't know how I would design it when the channel name is Neeves Knives and Bang Gang would make so many people tilt their head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could make you like a knife shirt where the knife is like a friendly little guy and he has like a little smiley face. Cool, Dennis. You know what I mean? And he's just like a happy little knife and he's like, knives aren't scary.
Gotta
I'm work friendly.
Venison in buttermilk unless you're making it. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. Look what Josh said. Come on.
What?
He fucking gets me. She's so legit right now. I know. That idea is dope.
Or mix it with lard. Yeah, I forget the way my dad used to do it, but he used to have it all out on a tray because we had like this big smoke room where you could smoke like a lot of meat. You could actually walk into it, and he used to lay it out on trays, and season it. But he did have some sort of liquid that he had it soaked in. So he'd soak it first, then he'd lay it out, and and put a little bit more seasoning on it. Oh my god, it was so good. I can still taste it. Like my mouth is watering right now thinking about it. Bang Gang shirts, good for channel support and the fast track to a knife convo with HR. There you go.
What if I made would it be bad to wear to work if it was like a shirt with like a kukri on it or something and it just was like just a knife? Like just no words, but just different blade shapes? Is that too much?
You're my boy, Blue. I
It kind of depends where you work.
Yeah, I see. I guess I just wouldn't really care. Like if I was wearing a Neeves knives thing, I would just tell them it's a logo. It's a logo. What the fuck? Like part of their logo is a knife. Who cares? Like,
I could
what,
make like
whoa. But then I would go crazy. I'd be like, whoa. Don't you fucking use a knife every fucking day of your life? Why the hell
They'd be
can't
like,
a
no,
logo?
I use my box cutter.
No, I'm talking about kitchen knives, whatever. Like
I'm just talking about at work. Everyone always uses
I know.
a
I'm
box
just
cutter.
saying though. Anybody who's intimidated by a
yeah.
shirt can go fuck themselves. In my
I
opinion.
can make.
And I understand like being. Let me talk.
Okay, but I got a good idea.
What?
It's
Go
really
ahead.
good.
Go ahead.
It's really good.
Go ahead.
I could put a chef knife on the shirt and
Uh-huh.
shirt and say, I only have this chef knife on my shirt because you pussies were too scared to see a folder.
There you go.
That's a good shirt.
That's a good one. I like it.
You can only handle kitchen knives.
Picture of a knife with a broken tip, and on back just the tip. That's good.
Don't they
That's a
have,
good one. That's a good one. I wear
something
shirts
like
with
that?
firearms on them in public. No one cares. Yeah, well, in public, yeah.
Samesies.
Don't ever not wear the shirts that you want to in public, whether they're firearm related, 2A related, anything like with freedoms or whatever. Wear that shit proudly. Because the more you do, the more everybody else will. Because trust me, a lot of people want to or do. They just don't in certain places, but they will, as long as it's accepted. But at workplaces, I understand not wanting to piss the people off, but like as far as logos go and like knives and stuff, in my opinion, they got to get over it. Like get over it because you're a fucking pussy if you can't handle a damn knife.
I forgot
logo.
seems logical as a school bus driver.
Oh yeah, wait, okay.
What I could do? Here's a real idea, not a joke idea. I have a real idea. I could take
kid friendly.
I could just take the plain Neeves Knives logo, but make it in a distressed form, right? Where it's not so clean cut, right? It's like the plain logo, but like how sometimes shirts you get like those heather gray shirts where they're a little more distressed looking, and then the logo itself, it's not like totally opaque. It's a little bit more, you know what I mean? So you'd have to really analyze it to look and be like, oh my gosh, that's a little cleaver knife. And plus also the cleaver in our logo, it's technically like a kitchen knife. So if anyone asks what NK stands for, say Neeves Kitchen, and then they'll get the knife reference and you'll be safe. Right? Am I right? Neeves Kitchen. That's all they have to say. That's what it stands for. It's a kitchen knife. It's a cleaver.
That's what I said before. I said, don't you use a knife every day?
No, but I'm saying like our logo, you could get away with it.
I get it. Hey, do you know what kind of backpack I used to carry to school every day? My backpack at school.
Was it like one of those one strap ones where you one of those kids?
It was a Marlboro bag.
Oh, I knew that.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, you got it for free.
Well, because back in the day, you could turn in your Marlboro miles and get free shit, and they had like a whole catalog of stuff you could get for free. I don't think they do that anymore because it doesn't matter. But back in the day, you did. So like we had all kinds of shit because my whole family smoked Marlboros. So we had the coats, we had the bags, and my backpack was a damn Marlboro bag. Oh, fuck. I carry guns and knives at work. I would rock your shirt anywhere I want. Damn right.
Yeah, you have to be careful with school stuff.
Make the Neeves Knives logo out of the blade shapes and remove the knife.
That would be cool.
Check out the new shirt.
Yeah, the new shirt is
check out the new shirt.
Cool.
Where do you grab the pocket clip when quickly deploying from the pocket? Very bottom of clip or more. So the way I do it depends on the knife and the size of the knife. But if it's like a really big knife, then I go as far down as possible with my thumb when I grab it. So then when I grab it, I kind of grab the clip. And as I'm pulling out, I'm usually at least in line to where I barely have to move up. Now, but it depends. Depends on the size of the knife. But if it's just a regular size knife, I just grab it and pull out because
I don't think I've ever grabbed
because once I go like this, once it's out, it's gonna rotate like this into my hand. So
I do like the claw pinch like this, where I go in the pocket like this, like if it's clipped. I don't think I've ever grabbed the actual clip before. Like I always go in with the little pinchers and grab the side.
You gotta grab the clip.
I go like this. I go like this.
You go like this.
Let me show you. If it's like if this is my pocket and it's in there, let's pretend the clip is actually outside of my hand and the knife is like this. Because remember, knives are huge in my pocket. They always stick out a little bit. I just go like this. Yeah. That's it. That's how I do it. Oh, you guys want to see what I'm carrying? Look at it. Can you show them? Neeves knives.
Cover your face.
This is called the Rio.
Yeah, there is different versions, by the way, including a raw titanium one and micarta, I think, with M390.
It's so cute.
So M390 steel. This one's got the Damascus steel. The Damascus and the M390 are both the same
It's
price.
actually a little useful blade too.
But
Wait.
then you guys got to trademark that and
Neeves
make
Kitchen.
a channel, throw the curious parents off.
We'd have to make a whole proxy channel with me on it, like, welcome to Neeves Kitchen.
Just show them the video of my chef knife.
And I'm
the
just
chef
like
knife
making
video.
stupid recipes.
Remember the old breast cancer awareness shirts that said, I love boobs? Apparently those aren't HR friendly either. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, I've heard that before in a few places.
When I was in kindergarten, I had a cigar box for my crayons. I did too, actually. That's hilarious. But that was back in the day, and no one cared back then. No, not at all. Like that's why I think it's so petty, some of the direction we're going, because, and it's weird how the people that were raised the way we were, the generation after has become pussified. You'd think they'd be like the toughest ones.
Did you say pussified?
Yes.
Okay.
Pussified.
I just wanted to make sure that's what I heard. You kind of like slipped it out quietly.
Yes, pussified. Yes. But, I guess, the better times are the weaker people get. And I think one of our biggest problems is we let it happen, and we don't, I don't know. Like, it's a lot of times I think it's like a lot of the bullshit is all the men's fault. Like, the men have not fucking stepped up enough and have not been men in charge to say no to stupid shit.
That
and
the women
have allowed
is that the end of that sentence?
Whether it's beta males or fucking women, whatever. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not trying to sound like that. I'm just saying, like, the leaders in society, and women too, the leaders in society fucking stepping up and saying no to this shit. Like, we're not allowing this, or we're not going to stop doing this, or whatever, but everything always happens for your safety. All right. And that's dangerous, man. It's fucking dangerous. I'm like backed up. Start punching people in the mouth. I had a grandmother named Pussified.
Oh,
she was a wonderful
She
woman.
sounds like a
Shout
sweetheart.
Out to Grandma.
Grandma Puss.
I'm waiting on an Urban EDC F5.5 in blue denim micarta, and I don't like micarta. Well, you're gonna love the 5.5, man. It's fucking awesome. Good for you. Hopefully you used my link. Probably didn't. Are sparks flying here, Ian and AJ? Oh, we got beef.
Isn't sparks flying like love?
Neeves not bang after inhaling helium.
We used to always do that when we would do videos.
Cooking with Kara, that'd be good.
Back in the day when we would do videos together, anytime we would have a little tiny knife, we would always do bink Neeves knives. I forced you to do in that one video by yourself. Remember?
What?
I don't know. It was
yeah.
Like anytime we have a small knife, it's always bink Neeves knives.
What knife? Wait, what's a knife that you recommend no matter how hardcore the knife is?
It's got to be hardcore.
Well, if you mean like a hardcore knife, then it'd probably be like the Cold Steel Format.
If you're not hardcore, unless you live
or
hardcore.
Demco 8020. But if you just mean like what's a knife I recommend that everybody like have like as a work knife or something, it'd probably be like the Civivi Praxis or you know what? No, I'm sorry. Take that back. The Spyderco Manix. The Spyderco Manix 2. Hands down. Spyderco Manix 2.
Man, my recommendations are so fucking different from
I
yours.
read that one. Sorry, guys.
Gma Puss.
Wonder when the field duty EDC will ship. I know. It's been so long. Fucking waiting for that shit. A Manix 2 XL is a good one. Exactly. And it is. I
don't like the little blip on the end.
It's not super heavy duty, but it is super heavy duty. The lock is incredibly strong. The blade geometry is a great slicer. It's a damn good knife. I think that's a damn good hard use / great EDC knife that, you can't be like cold steel hardcore on it, but it's definitely tough as nails. It's good. I think it'll last through most things.
Lawrence is good at piano. Ra-cha-cha-cha. You know what that's from?
No.
Oh, come on. Ian knows.
Never trade freedom for safety. Facts. All right, so real quick, let's talk about because we were talking about the, you know what? Actually, I want to talk about the ARPM9. So
wait, read John Doe's comment. I like it.
John Doe, Jerad and Kara, do you guys have epic fights and then epic makeups? I bet your fights are awesome.
We fight the best
Yeah,
out of any
we're
fighters.
The best fighters.
Yeah, we're really.
When we fight, we really
good.
go at it.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We bicker. We don't really fight. We bicker though.
About topics that don't matter though, not about us.
Jerad and Kara.
Yes, seems logical.
What the fuck? 50. We'll drop when I'm on my death. I know, man. I keep checking it too. Coming soon. Yeah, it's a super heavy duty slicer. Exactly. The Manix XL and the Manix, the regular Manix 2 is just badass. Do you believe Chris Reeve still has the best tolerances in the mid-tech industry?
I would argue Brian the Doe. The Sharpening designs have some.
You gotta handle a custom to say that, but I would say no. I wouldn't say that he has the best because I don't. So most most guys are running bearings. So if you're talking about for washer action, you know, it might be a different argument, you know, trying to argue bearings versus washer action. But I do think that Chris Reeves has incredible tolerances. They really do. Even when you start talking about hinder too, because like think about all the parts or vice versa. Like you can use the parts interchangeably. They have to be really, really good in order to do that. But yeah, Chris Reeve's really good, and then yeah, Brian the Doe, things like that are the best. But I've seen some amazing work from some of the South African makers.
You know, I like that movie so much just because of all the classic rock references. It's kind of like a modern day Spinal Tap, but less weird.
Bickering about topics that don't matter is the best way. You can lose and still doesn't matter.
Trust me, we argue about dumb shit. Like we one time argued about the fact that when I get sick, I don't think things taste bad, but I lose my taste. He says that things taste bad and he loses his taste. We sat there and argued about that shit forever.
Okay, so
that's what the type of shit we argue.
I do want to talk about the because I said I was going to talk about it earlier, so I don't want to forget. I'm gonna move this really quick.
Oh no, they can't hear me.
They can hear you. It's turned up.
I miss you.
Okay, so Transparent Knives sent me some pictures. If you guys were in the live last time, he was talking about it. Said he was gonna send me some pictures. Send me some pictures, and he reground some ARRPM9 steel, very, very thin. Right, so very, very thin. And then did some sort of tests on it, and it epically failed. It was very, very bad. Like, so lots of chipping, rolling, fracturing. So it shows that, you know, maybe that's why they're maybe not running their ARRPM9 with super thin geometry. Now, it's not saying that it can't handle thin geometry, but not super thin geometry. Then I don't know what their HRC is. I forget. He might have told me in the clips. I forget. But my cousin, I gave my cousin one of these, and this is how I got it back. You can tell he was using it like a damn screwdriver, probably.
Yeah,
because this thing has pretty thick geometry. So, but I'm not saying that this is the steel's fault. This was definitely my cousin's fault, using it like a damn pry bar. But, you know, it's just something to think about. If you have a knife in ARPM9 steel and you're thinking about getting reground, be careful. Oh, here he is right here. The one I tested was 59.4 HRC. I've heard they sometimes go up to 61, but usually 59 to 60. Okay, well, see, if yours was on the softer side and it still did that, that was my question, or what I was wondering in my head. Because I know when they were first doing it, and you know, if I'm wrong about this, but I'm trying to remember. But I think I remember them saying that, like, when they were developing it, it was like between like 9CR and D2, and they're like finding something in the middle, right? They wanted something a little bit tougher, I think, than D2, but better edge retention than 9CR or something like that. Now, you know, but then I don't know, like, At what point does the HRC, like, does it start getting too hard for that steel? You know, I don't know any of that shit. But then that's what I was wondering though, like, are they running it a little bit harder in order to get the better edge retention out of the ARPM9 steel, which, you know, winds up maybe becoming a little bit more chippier, especially with thin geometry.
Ding ding.
Jake's cool stuff with the 2 bones. Thank you, man. Hey, y'all new patron and longtime fan here, man. Shout out to you, Jake. Thank you for.
Don't forget to enter into the Patreon giveaways.
Yeah, don't forget. We're the video is not up yet, so watch for that video. Outpost 76 found that 9CR from Sitivian had greatly outperformed ARPM9 in cut tests, most likely a heat treat difference, though, rather than composition differences. Yeah, I think, and this was my experience too. So in the beginning, the first ARPM9 I tried was amazing. After that, well, no, the first and second, but they were both prototypes, I believe. I know one was for sure. But anyways, after that, I tried like 5 more, and they were not good. Like I had opposite effects of what I originally seen from the prototype. Then after that, like a good while after that, I got more and it wound up being better, like almost like the original stuff. But I know there was a window there where I was trying it and it seemed like it wasn't really good. So I don't know what they did wrong. Like maybe with the prototypes, they were doing a good job with it. And then they were trying to pump a bunch of models out with that steel, maybe rushing it. I have no idea, but I do know though that if you go back on my channel, you'll see like my first conversation about it was really good. Then after that, it like went bad and then it picked back up because of the testing that I was doing. Cue ball with the 5 bones. Thank you, brother. Great to be back tonight. Missed all of you. We missed you too.
We'll see you if you come back in a little bit. He said he's got to go do something.
You gotta go do something. All right,
really quick, because he's asked a couple times. Have you ever scroll up just a tad for me, please? Just a little bit. Just a little. What's your opinion with Avon? You just go ahead and click on another comment.
I'm sorry, I thought that's what.
What's your opinion with? Yeah, have you ever tried that?
Avon Laclan. I don't think I've tried that. I've not tried that one, no. But we have something we're going to talk about here in 1 second, though. Sitivian's D2 is fantastic too. Haven't had any rust in any of mine, but other brands D2, like say one on some. So the finish that's on the D2 is going to be a huge factor with corrosion. So that's going to be a massive factor on whether or not your D2 corrodes. Like if it's bead blasted, that's going to be the most susceptible. I bought the TS142 Maswan Mokhtar design with the dumb pivot collar. My thought process is getting knife monitors to crater pattern to get rid of the China text and give it some flair. See, I honestly thought the same thing. I thought about like, man, because to be honest, I don't mind like the lettering in words. I just don't like what's written on it. But yeah, like I wish there was something, a place like maybe one of the companies that sell knife parts get some new pivot collars or something, because there's a bunch of models, man. I'd love to get, if I could just replace the pivot collar, I'd be happy, but I'm refusing at this point, man. It pisses me off so bad because I don't like to carry it. Like I love the knife, you know, and I can appreciate the knife and the build quality and everything, but I don't like to take it out of my pocket and show people.
It's kind of like
you can't be proud of it. Like I also wouldn't want it written down the side of the fucking blade either, you know.
It's like when we had the Terminus XR.
Exactly.
And neither of us would carry it because SOG was right on the clip and it was like punched out so you'd see your jeans through it. SOG. Like so that when people see you, you know,
they know you're carrying a SOG.
Yeah, like you just, it's like too tactical, and like we both love that knife. It barely ever got carried.
Right. Well, because like I said, when you're walking down the street, everybody can see SOG. You take it out of your pocket and flip it open. SOG. Flip it over. SOG everywhere.
You have to pronounce it SWAG.
Yeah. SOG. But yeah, that was the same way. I didn't like that shit either. Like, don't fucking make my clip into a giant billboarding thing. Like, because
I did try to call you out though at that time,
but they were wanting us to be walking billboards for them.
Well, I remember calling you out at the time and saying, you know, if that said Benchmade down the clip, would you wear it?
It'd be different.
And you tried to at first argue, be like, no, I wouldn't. But then you were like, no, I would.
I would. And the reason why, this is the reason why, because one at the time,
the brand carries a nicer thing.
The brand carries a nicer reputation. So it's just like if it said something American on it, I'd be a little bit happier with it, right? Rooting for the team. So there is some of that. But yeah, when like walking down the street and it says Microtech in your pocket, that feels a lot better than SOG, especially at that time when SOG's reputation was in the tanks.
That was
SOG's
like
not-
one of their first better
no,
knives.
yeah, since the
Terminus was the tipping
the
point.
Terminus on has been really good. And
Okay.
they have a bunch of great USA made
Do you
knives.
see Kyle's
I just
comment?
bought one.
Do you know that SNL skit, the Night at the Roxbury SNL skit? He said, when both of you yell SOG and bob your heads, it reminds me of the SNL skit Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah,
I think it has Will Ferrell in it, that skit. And you know what I'm talking about? And they constantly do the head bob. Yeah, the SOG.
Did Tucson engrave on the scales of the new Axis lock model? I don't know, but I seen that knife. It looks pretty cool. Okay, so let's talk about. It doesn't say micro. Okay. Nose candy, Mark wants. All right, so let's get some nose candy.
Asking if we.
I know what he's
At
asking.
least once a stream, we get asked if we're on meth, so it's okay.
So what I want to talk about really quick is Beard Brand, because I have them linked down in the description for you guys.
Yes, my favorite product I use daily.
So she loves it.
Yep.
For her beard. Now they have.
Coming in good.
Here we go. I'm going to show you guys. Let's see if you guys can make sure you guys can see it. Yes, you guys can. So you guys can see here. I got the site linked down in the description. Right now, what I'm going to talk about is this Bold Fortune Utility Beard Oil that I just got.
Smells fire.
I love this stuff. I really, really do. A Bold Fortune is the fragrance. This is so far the best fragrance I've smelled from them. I'm hoping that they wind up making a fragrance out of this, because they do have fragrances. Now their fragrances are okay. Now I will say that with this stuff right here, let me take this off really quick. I just take a little dab right on my hand like that, just like one little, just a little dab, rub it around. You can put it like right now my hair's got, you can see my hair isn't like greasy or anything.
You can be
It's in my hair.
right?
It is in my hair right now. And it's on my beard, but you just take one little drop like that, rub it around,
you have a beard
put it in your hair, put it on your beard. But it has like,
it smells really good.
it's earthy, but then it has a tiny hint of sweetness.
Yeah.
A tiny bit of sweetness to it, but very masculine, by the way. Very, very masculine. Now, a fragrance that would go good with this, I have linked down in the description, Club D&E Intense Man. It's just like Credavantis. It's just like Credavantis, and it's a pineapple fragrance, but an earthy pineapple fragrance, not like a sweet candy pineapple, but like the plant pineapple kind of fragrance. And these two go really good together. And that's what I'm wearing right now because I have this on. Now there are
nice
other
and subtle too. Like you're not gonna come in like the high school kid with the Axe bottle.
No. This
Like,
smells
it's
very manly, very masculine, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Now their Old Money fragrance, it's pretty good too. It's a little bit more. It has a little bit more tobacco, I think, in it. That's what I get from it, is a little bit more of a tobacco fragrance or something in it, but still smells really good. And this also still goes good with that. Now, if you want something sweeter, on the sweeter side, that's kind of like this, it's kind of like, because this is a Credavantis clone, by the way. Credavantis is like $400. This is like $35-40. So, and they smell damn near identical. Literally, I've got both. This is like damn near identical. I would buy this 10 times out of 10 times before Credavantis. But this Pepe Jeans London
Pepe.
It has that pineapple fragrance with a
Looks
sweetness
like a
to it.
pineapple.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a drink, an alcoholic drink, like a
pineapple.
shaker cup. That's what it's supposed to look like. Anyways,
Oh.
this has a similarness. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. But if you like Credavantis, you might like this because it's like it has a hint of that with sweetness on top of it. It kind of smells a little bit like a cocktail.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's
It smells really good, right?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good one.
Yeah. So, and I
Wow.
think that fragrance would also go good with this. It reminds me of this a lot too, because this, like I said, it has that earthiness, but then it has something sweet in it that you pick up and you're like, damn, and you keep getting hints of it and smells of it, but it's not so much that you're like, wow, this is sweet. It's not like that at all. It's just like a hint of it. And you're like, you're looking for it, really good though. So shout out to the Beard Brand Company. You guys can check out some of their stuff. They have a whole bunch of
They
different
also have a
products.
really cool YouTube channel, just FYI.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to try to get more shit from them because I do want to get some of the fragrances. I did get some of their tester oils from the fragrances, but I don't like them. They're like it's weird. It's just oil, and it was just samples of the scent in an oil form.
Yeah.
I want to get the fragrances, but if they make this in a fragrance, I am buying it 1000%, or I'll have them send it, one of the two, because it is a great fragrance.
Yeah.
What
it's
about
nice.
Mont Blanc Explorer? I have not tried that,
Well,
Todd, but I would try it.
Why do you have
Unrelated
the
to
mic
this
so far
cologne,
from me? I
but
sound like
people
I'm
seem to enjoy the Maritime
far.
Deep Blue I've been
Hello.
wearing. Nice, Maritime Deep Blue. I'll have to check that out. Maritime Deep Blue.
Hello. Why do you keep canceling me?
I'm
Why are you
not,
trying
it's
to
just it's in
cancel
my
me?
way when I'm trying to show
Well,
things. Yeah,
I've been canceled twice this live.
I think I'm underneath it and on top of
I
it.
believe in you,
Underneath
though.
it and
I
on
think
top.
you can do it.
I've been doing
I
it.
believe
I've
in
been
you
doing it.
so much.
Brute 33 Axe is so 2000s. Yeah. Antimatter with the 10
brother
bones.
in caps lock arms. Look at
Jared,
that.
been sharpening a lot of my knives at work for the guys, but they're
the
all
boys.
cheap as shit. My Veneve
Ooh.
diamond stones are taking a beating. What other stones can I use for softer steels on the TS Prof? So one, I would 100% get some Atomas. Get Atoma 140. That will do your reprofiling. Then you can save all the hard work from your Veneves and put it on that. So get Atoma 140. You can get the 1x6 for the TS Prof. You can get a 400 too. So get a 140 and a 400. That will be really good. But that's what I would do. And then you can still use the Veneves, but you'll barely put any work on the Veneves because the Atomas will do all the work. Now, for like really, really simple steels, you can just get some aluminum oxides or get some other cheap resin bonded stones, but they're not going to be as good as the Veneves. So, like I said, I honestly think just stick with the diamonds. They go faster. But for like super cheap steels, yeah, you can get some aluminum oxide stones.
Caps lock for
If you
life.
if you go to my Amazon link, go to Amazon, the Amazon link, then type in, after you click on my Amazon link, type in Gritomatic. Go to Gritomatic site. Gritomatic has every stone for that you will want for the TS Prof. Those are the ones that I usually link. Including the Atomas. They also have the aluminum oxides, the Neeves, all that shit. Kyle, you calm down. Can you still get the Neve stones? Yeah. I linked them the other day. Yes.
Brought my dang old lemon here.
Yeah, they keep resupplying them, so they keep sending them. So I talked to them, and they said that they weren't going to stop. They were backed up because of war and stuff, but besides that, they're still sending stuff over.
Why is everyone in the caps lock gang?
Caps lock
Look
gang.
at your
Caps
squad.
lock gang. We up.
Hoorah!
We up. Okay, so
I'm gonna make a super secret membership called the Caps Lock Gang.
I'm gonna ask you guys, what knife do you guys think would be knife of the year? You can go budget, premium, whatever, but make sure you say, like, for best budget knife, I would say this. What knives do you think would be the best knives of the year? You can name one or some. Caps Lock gang, we up.
The best knife I've ever held in my entire life.
White show.
You know the best knife of my life
Thank you, Kyle.
that
What?
I've ever touched?
What?
The one I got you for Christmas. It's so good, you guys.
The what?
The knife I got you for Christmas that you can't see yet that I opened today. It was the first time I've ever held a knife in my life where I actually didn't want to touch it.
Well, don't sit there and just,
Well, I do this to you every year.
I know. So just stop.
I have to.
Just stop because they're all going to be
dangle.
wondering what it is.
I can't tell you because you guys will tell Jerad.
I know. So just forget about it right now.
But it's so nice.
Thoughts on Tony Marfione? I love his work. I think he does amazing work, especially his customs. I can't really speak about his like personal shit, but not that I agree with anything from his personal shit.
Ooh, best in the brand, Jack Wolf. I would say he's a big up, like he should be like best like up and comer, like something like that. Like he just hit the scene running. I love that one pink knife we got from him.
So Ian says the tactile rock wall because I'm the resident tactile addict. Did that come out in 2022 though?
Or was I think so. Oh no, wait, we had it for Blade Show. So it came out not long before Blade Show, so it probably did come out in the early 2022.
2021.
It didn't come out in 2021.
Okay.
It had just come out not long before
Somebody
Blade
fact
Show.
check that. Somebody fact check.
You just got to fact check. Right
Maurice is in the house. What's up, brother? Cheeto says the VOSTEED raccoon.
Oh, I love that
Caps is the new Axe body spray. That's funny. Nicaron Valona budget knife of the year. I could see that one. Yep. Caps Lock Resolution. The Thunder
Revolution.
The CK Maverick S. Yeah, that could. I didn't get to try it, but I already know. I know. I want to try it. CJRB Pyrite. Yeah.
For the knife of the year, though.
Well, for like budget knife of the year, yeah. A couple
people are saying
I'll tell you what, a lot of people have said it to me already, and I have not tried it. I could have swore I bought the titanium model, right? I was on their site. Like, I remember it. I remember buying it, but it has not shown up, and fucking, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong, and I made a mistake, but I could have swore. And the titanium one, too, so like the $200 one. Knife of the year that Shane owned for 4 minutes. Protech Mordax. Ha! Got him. The Reich Lamella Fox Chillin' FA. Okay, so Neff, I had that in my cart today. Is it that good? The Fox Chillin', is it that good? I know it's using M398 steel. Here's the thing. I will buy it if it's that good. My problem was I couldn't tell if it had good lock bar access. It looks like it has shit lock bar access. So let me know. Does it have bad lock bar access? And then another thing, have they revealed or said what they're running the M398 at? Because if they're running the M398 like Tucson, then I don't know if it's any good, because M398 should be at like 64 HRC and Tucson's running theirs at like 59. So that's literally like running S35 VN at like 55. So but I almost bought it because I think it looks cool.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that my choice for knife of the year is a knife that you guys don't know about yet that's coming out. So I can't even speak on it yet.
Ian's not fact checking shit. The new and improved Mordax is knife of the year. Protech worked all of the Fair and Forge sisters' flaws out of it.
What?
What? You didn't try the Maverick yet? No, I haven't. I've seen it. I've seen everybody else get to try it, but I never got to try it. Pyrite is most people's a budget, to be honest. So I
feel that one.
Yeah, I think that it looks like it could possibly be a winner. I did get to try it for 5 minutes at Blade Show Atlanta, but it was a prototype, and I'll be honest, the prototypes were not that great. Like, they weren't like 1-in-1s, like they weren't the ones that everybody was going to be getting. They were very similar and as good as like they could get for to get the Blade Show, but you could tell they were rough around the edges, if you know what I mean. What do you think of the Protech Runt 5 with a Magna Cut? Thinking of selling some knives to get one. It'd be my first auto, and I like how small it is and the warm blade. Yeah, dude, I think go for it, man. Go for it for sure. The Protech Runt, it's small, but if that's what you're looking for, it's right there. USA made. They do the best autos, or some of the best autos, especially out the side. You can't go wrong with the Protech for sure. I think that's a great buy. I don't think there's ever a time where I would like tell somebody not to get a Protech if the style and everything is what they're looking for. If you want to watch a hillbilly mispronounce words in the chat about knives, go follow Edgy American. Shout out to Shane Gables. Definitely go and follow Edgy American. There is the link to the channel. Okay, it's real good. I have the full-time one. That's the one I would get, is the full-time one. How is the lock bar access? You're beating around the bush, Neeve. You won't tell me. How is the lock bar access? Try the Sitivian 133, Doc, and all you other guys. No shit. I looked at it. So I have one that's very similar to it. Can you grab that?
What?
Open the top drawer. No, just get up. Stand up. Stand up. You can't reach it. Stand up. Pull out this drawer.
This one?
No, the big drawer. No, the big drawer. Grab, or no, next drawer. No, not the whole damn drawer, baby.
You said pull it out.
Yeah, like so I can see the knives. All right, grab the.
Use a tray of knives, so you said.
I know it's not the exact same, but it's kind of similar in a way. This one is the 137.
I thought this was a really good knife too. This Kubi.
Yeah, no, I like that one. Now, another Sitivian, I just don't know the number of it. This one's really good. Like this one's super snappy, great detent, kind of a low flipper tab. So like the leverage point isn't, you know, like as good as it could be, but it's snappy as all
Why
hell.
is this the smoothest knife I've ever tried?
It is. It's the land.
Why is it so
It's not the
smooth?
smoothest. The smoothest is right there.
Yeah,
But
but-
that's almost.
Show them that. That is
They know.
redonk.
They know.
I know, but they need to know again.
Ready?
It's so smooth. And the lock bar.
The only one
access-
that could beat it
Chef's
is the
kiss.
Towser K right there. The big butters.
Oh yeah, I was playing with this. This one.
Yeah.
I was just playing with
That
this
one.
right before
This
the
but this
live.
is crazy how light this
No,
blade is.
I think that one's smoother. I do.
No, it's
That
not.
one is smoother.
It's not.
It is. It is. I'm telling you, it is. Isn't that all you need? Just me to tell you?
Yeah, okay. You can just tell me then. Let me make sure this thing's tightened. This is fully tightened.
Oh my gosh, it's so
The Kizer land.
smooth.
Kizer land.
That's probably
Comes
an
in a Tonto
underrated
version
knife,
too.
I
This
would
one's
say.
the drop point
And
version.
frag my Carta, like that's so cool.
What are you doing with this?
I don't know.
Where'd
I'm
you
just
get it
playing.
from? Don't put that.
It's here.
Okay, put that one back.
I'm just playing.
Okay, so really quick, I'm just going to run through a couple clip point knives since we're talking about knives. The ST124 by Sitivian. Let me see if he says, I sent my chillin' to transparent knives to test. Nice. Okay. Fuck yeah, man. Maybe I will get one now. I have a chillin' coming to. Yes, that's so awesome. I love that, man. See, that's the community coming together. Because man, I really want to know that. I mean, I'll buy it just because. So, you know, and then I can do a video on your tests. Thanks. Best new fidget knife, React EXO. Yeah, that is a good one.
Man.
The Sitivian ST, what did I say it was? 124. So this is a clip point with a little bit of a Persian tip. We're going to show a couple clip points really quick. We don't talk about clip points a lot, so we're going to do it.
Before you go on like a super long rant, can
I'm
you say
not.
something?
It'll be like 15
No,
seconds.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
go
right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Did the Penguin come out in 2022 or 2021?
I don't know.
Okay, if the Penguin came out in 2022.
2021.
Okay, but if it came out in 2022, I would
Might have
have,
been 2020.
no.
Yeah.
Was it that long
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah. The first one?
No.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Anyway, my point being is that I feel like this is kind of like one of those knives where like it might not be the best knife that came out, but you have to admit it made a very big splash
you.
amongst the community. And I feel like those are the knives that should be considered a lot, because even if you could say, oh, there's a knife that's better, that I like better, or this or that, the point is like everybody damn near in the community owns a Penguin. And so to me, that says something about
But
the
that's
knife.
because
It's kind of
been
like the
out for a couple of
Elementum.
years. That's why.
Even right away, people were on this
Doesn't
shit.
matter, but we're talking about 2022.
Well, I
Rockwell
think
was
it-
released in 2021 and Gone Away asks
it?
he wants Santa to bring him a hamster.
I want a hamster too.
Yeah, I got a waypoint and Rockwell. They do go good together.
I want a teddy bear hamster. They're so
Someone swore to me that
sweet.
CJRB is a shitty Civivi, so I have never bought one yet. Or at least some CJRBs are really good. Some CJRBs are a little rough, but most of them are really good. So
aren't they
I wouldn't
shitty
say that-
artisans?
I-
I thought they were shitty artisans.
no, he just means like
Oh,
they're
like
not as good as Civivi,
quality-wise.
so you might as well just get a Civivi. I wouldn't
Or
say
you could go
100%
sun
that, but
cut.
sometimes. Yeah.
You could just go the sun cut route and literally get the budget Civivi. You know.
Yeah, Protech Malibue operator.
There's a
But
lot of
remember,
good sun cuts.
the Protech Malibue's been out for a while, and so has the
Yeah, it
Mordax.
has.
Even though they did, redo the Mordax a little bit.
Does the knife have to come out
YouTube,
during the
according
year for it to be knife of the year?
M398 should be about 61 to 62. And to answer Jared, I don't have any issues with the lock bar access. Thank you.
I know my knife of the year. The Factor.
I think so.
That's
Look more into that.
You didn't acknowledge my knife of the year.
What's your knife of the year?
The
Sorry.
Factor.
Okay.
That's my knife of the year. Hands down. No questions asked. You don't get much more innovative than that.
I'm surprised it isn't Butters.
Butters doesn't exist because someone came in and made it.
So
Oh, I bet it is, Aaron.
So now,
boycott Towser S right now. Everybody return them.
I know that's what your research showed. Do a little bit more research because as far as I know, I haven't done a lot of research on it, so don't take my word for it. That's why I said do some research. I heard 64 is like a really good spot for it, like right around. Again, I heard 64, 65. I don't know if 65 is too high for it. I don't know. 61, 62 sounds low compared to what I heard, but like I said, I'm not 100%. So do some research on it. More research, I would say. Like I know you said that Knife Steel Nerds said that. I think that's a really good source, but I would double check that too with like somebody else that's worked with M398 quite a bit. I'm trying to think of the person that I got the information from about the 64, but they were doing M398, and that's where I got it from. I just can't remember who the hell it was. Jared, will we ever see any Kershaw's, bucks, or case knives on the channel? I have tons of Kershaw's on the channel, and I've had multiple bucks. I haven't had very many case knives, but I've had a couple. But yes, you will.
One of our first kind of viral videos was with 2 bucks, the Buck Marksman versus the Buck Mesa.
Maurice should know best when the Penguin came out.
No, but okay, seriously though, I don't even care that the damn pivot cover thing popped off. You know how much you have to love a knife for a part to actually physically pop off and then still think of it as being knife of the year?
I think it's in that can over there.
I don't even care. It's still my favorite because they're like having any level of innovation in the knife game is hard to have when it feels like everything has been done. You know?
Listen, wait.
So to do I know I was doing that while you were talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So to do something new like that, it's
held up so good too. It's still rock
Every
solid.
person I handed it to at Blade Show was like
still perfect,
losing their mind, you know?
Nothing has went off on this. Nothing has went sideways. Like the D10 hasn't changed, not even a little bit. It's still perfection. Everything about it is still the exact same from the time we opened it up out of the box. That says a lot. That's really good because most knives all break in. D10s break in over time. Since this is magnetic, it doesn't really break in like that. So
you like the Ganzo FH11 better than the Penguin? I would disagree just because I like the Penguin blade shape a lot better. I would say the liner lock is better on the FH11 and it is a smooth ass knife, but I would still pick the Penguin. You know what? And also, to be fair, my version of the Penguin that I like is particularly this one. It's not the actual regular Penguin. So I think with all the variants out there, it can change a lot. This titanium hammered one is like, why can't I never do the camera right?
Because our faces.
My brain does it backwards like every time. But this hammered version is like seriously my favorite Penguin. It's so much like thinner, more compact. It's kind of a whole different knife, honestly.
It's called jigged.
What?
Jigged.
I mean, isn't it hammered though? Isn't that what it is?
It's called jigged, and it's from traditional folding, traditional pocket.
Why is it called jigged?
Because that is an exclusive from traditional pocket knives, and
I guess it's not hammered, is it?
That's their exclusive pattern.
Okay, yeah, it's not hammered because I know. I'm just saying I can see.
Don't yell at me like that ever again. The CGRB RIA is unsafe for anything more than letter opening, dangerous lock failure. The one I had was great, but I mean, I just used it for cutting. But yeah, it's obviously just a cutting tool.
But what about the
you
Rio?
Don't use it any harder than you would use a slip joint because it's a light duty knife. But yeah, as long as you're cutting down cardboard, cutting tape, opening boxes, the RIA is awesome.
The Rio is awesome.
Oh, we got the Rio versus the Rio.
I see my name. Shirogorov Signature Bio Knife of the Year.
Water. Believe in
Shirogorov / What is he talking about? Kara, what made you first get into knives? Jerad and I just kind of got into them at the same time. I got him like a really crappy assisted Kershaw, and then he went and got himself a Leek, and then after that he bought me a.
I had many Kershaws before we ever met.
Well, I'm talking about, but when we met, we both had nothing. To be very clear, we had not shit. So what I'm saying is that after we met, as far as I knew, the first knife you had from me that was in our possession at the same time was the Kershaw
Right,
Zing.
but at that time, the reason why I didn't have any was because I had just sold
I know. I'm
about
not.
100
I'm not
knives.
discrediting your knife pass. I'm just
I'm
saying.
not saying you are. I'm just saying like that. I had a long history with Kershaw at
Yes,
that point.
you always had that. I'm just saying when we met, there was no knives around, and first thing was the Kershaw Zing. Then
That's like right now, like you getting rid of everything and then going somewhere and then meeting someone and getting a Kizer and then them saying, "How was your first Kizer?" You'd be like, "No, it wasn't my first
That's not the
Kizer.
first knife
I've
we
had
got
a fucking
together."
1,000 Kizers before that."
And anyway, the type of knives that you were into were like work knives. You weren't into them on the scale of collecting folders. A lot of your stuff was fixed blades and like different stuff. But
No, I had tons of everything, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
okay, were you collecting high-end titanium folders? Because I didn't think you ever told me that.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't have that, but I did have a lot of folders.
Yeah, for work and shit, like Kershaws.
No,
and
well, I
bullshit.
had all different kinds of stuff. I had I had some like high-end slip joints and things like
This is
high-end
the thing.
slip joints, and it's like I even had a few customs, handmade knives. I had a lot of different stuff, but it just depended on when and
Point
at what
is that like he wanted a knife again because he's always had them, didn't have any when we got together, so it was the fucking Zing. That's what it was. And then you instantly got back into it, got the Leek, and then you got me the rake, or no, you got me the pink Smith & Wesson assisted thing, which I instantly carried every day. And then the
Surprise,
first thing,
which was cool because then that meant she deserved a real knife.
well, yeah, that was the first thing. He just got me, and I was like, I really needed it for work, so it wasn't hard to remember to carry it. But I effed that thing up, boy. Like it got used to shit.
But that's where it was like, yep, now you need a real knife.
So then he got me the Rake
use it like that.
P801, and I loved it. I went and took like a million pictures of it. I don't even know how I fit that thing in my pocket. But,
not gonna get any more Protechs. Last one was a Malibu exclusive with the factory edge, was less sharp than the average Sitivian. Well, luckily you can just send that in. So you can send that. I mean, don't write off a brand for something like that. Normally Protechs come pretty sharp. Now, I'm not saying they have the best edges in the world, but you can send it back in and get it sharpened. And also, knives go dull. So no matter what, it's going to need to get sharpened eventually anyways. So to me, like the best case scenario is if I get a knife and it's really not that sharp, I can sharpen it, right? That's to me better than something else being wrong, personally. Roman says the very best heat treat is 65 HRC with his protocol, but that doesn't mean 63 to 64 is bad. Roman is a special kind of beast. Gotcha. So it sounds like 63 to 64 would be the way to go then. If 65 is what Roman's running it at, that's, he always pushes it to the limit. So push it to the limits. So that's probably the limit. And 63 to 64 would probably be optimal. Big Brown Bear did M398 razor thin on his grind. You know how thin and flexy are his grinds, and he did claim his HRC was 66.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hard as a rock.
But he takes it to the limit though. He fucking goes up and beyond.
Do we have a bang game tomorrow morning?
I don't know. Do we? Is that tomorrow? I thought we did one last week. No, we did one last week. It's next week.
Yeah, it's next week.
I think. Maybe one of the members can remind us.
Well, Kyle was asking. I don't think it's tomorrow. I think it's next week.
That is one thing I haven't had a lot on the channel, like a couple like cheapies and stuff, or like not much popular, not very many popular ones. I do need to get more Swiss Army knives on here. Yeah, the jimping pattern.
I know everyone was so pissed
awesome
when you made that video where it was like iconic knives or something and you didn't have a Swiss Army knife in there. A lot of people were like, what the fuck? You know what's funny? I saw a comment on that video where someone was like, I was following you until you said the buck 110 and then I was out. And I'm like, how the fuck do you not think the buck 110 isn't iconic? I thought that was the strangest comment. I feel like that is like a very obvious knife to have in the list. He was like, I was following until you put that at number 1. And I'm like, I feel like that is a very easy number 1. Like a simple... No doubt about it. Number 1.
You know, some people could argue that the Victorinox would be
but same difference. Like,
right. I would say either one could go in number 1 place when you're talking about most iconic.
Yeah.
Reasonable expectations for M398 hardness would be 64 to 66 for customs, around 63 for production. Shiro has run it around 63, I think.
Remember when Benchmade admitted they were running at 50?
But then think about that. If that's optimal, right? 59, right? That just sounds absurd.
Was it? Oh, I think we.
No, that's what Tucson's running at.
No, I'm sorry. He said last banking was 13 days ago. Maybe it is tomorrow.
Okay, so then tomorrow.
I can go check the calendar.
Tomorrow's the Bang Gang Live. See you guys tomorrow morning. Got my VOSTEED Thunderbird a couple weeks ago. Has been a good carry for sure. Came shaving sharp. Plus action was smooth. I love all the deployment methods.
It's tomorrow the 4th.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a memory.
Okay, so tomorrow we have a Bang Gang Live members live tomorrow. So if you guys want to see or join live sharpening, you can join our membership. The join button is right next to the subscribe button. And join the Bang Gang squad where we talk about sharpening, live sharpening, do some giveaways and shit like that. But we do lives twice a month where we do live shit.
Yeah, good thing
live
you reminded
shit.
us.
That's what we do. Shit. That's live.
I would have seen it on my calendar. I just had the feeling that we had just done one for some reason.
There you go.
Are you doing story time or no?
I don't think I didn't write anything down, but I can. Why?
I was just wondering because it was 9:06. I didn't know.
Well, I mean, we can just sit here and chit chat. If I think of something, I will.
Okay, sounds lovely.
What I did have a story.
I want to know your best
joke.
joke. You never tell me jokes. Why don't you just have a joke? I feel like every man over the age of 35 is supposed to have like just a joke they always tell.
All the jokes I know are racist.
You have to know one that's like sexist or something. That would be more acceptable.
I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't really have like a ton of jokes. Like every joke I could think of, like everybody knows. You know, really? And like I have like some dumbass ones. I don't think they're really any that good. Like I remember back in the day, like jokes was a common thing and everybody knew jokes. But I haven't heard jokes in like a long time.
I had this old guy that I used to work with that would tell
jokes.
me them every day. He was like an old dude, and every day, and
they
were
dad
never
jokes, all right?
No, they were funny,
Okay.
and they were never just like, oh, what do you call a seagull that flies over a bagel? They weren't like that. They were like stories where it's like, all right, a blonde and a brunette walk into the bar, you know, and it starts like that. And it's like, and a moose sits down and has a drink, and it just goes somewhere crazy, and then it always ends usually sexual, but something funny most of the time. They were good jokes. But you know, I am notorious for making up jokes, and they are terrible.
Well, I have like I can think of a couple that are like long. They're story.
That's how these were that I was talking about.
I have a couple of those.
Yeah.
So what is it, Aaron? What does 50-year-old pussy taste like?
Depends. Oh my God, like the diapers.
I get it.
Oh my God.
I want to die peacefully in my sleep. Like my uncle, not screaming in terror like his passengers. That's hilarious. Breeze is getting laid, I bet, or working on a car. One of the two. 1 plus 1 about 3 if you don't
equals
use
about 3 if you don't use protection. That's funny. Could be 4 if it's twins.
How about story about the life of knives out in the wild? I don't know what you mean by that. Breeze has been working in getting some tail, so he'll be back when he's done with one or the other.
The pile of shit eventually turns white and stops attracting.
I got a knife that you can tell Jerad. What? I got a knife that you can tell Jerad my next message. Try to read it like a joke. Gotcha.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
Your pet donkey died and I was a taxidermist. Would you let me stuff that ass?
Is that sounded more like a pickup line?
My dad and I used to compete in father and son competitions. We never won the blue ribbon, but we have it in our possession.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Wait, what? My dad and I used to compete in
Father and son competitions. We never won the blue ribbon, but
like you stole it?
Sounds like they stole it.
You guys stole that shit?
Any opinions between the Senka acumen or scepter as a gift?
You should watch his gift knife video.
Yeah, watch my gift knife video. I just recently did a gift knife video. Sun cuts are in there. Anything from Sun Cut's going to be good. I would stay away from some of their older ones, like the Honoris, or I think that's what's called the Honoris. Stay away from that. The Acumen's good, but a lot of their button locks are really good. So I would go with probably one of those. The best, one of their best ones is the is it the Acumen? The Acumen, yeah, the Acumen is really good. So they have a bunch of good ones though. But yeah,
what's
the
your
Acumen is a super deep hollow grind.
What website are you on, Kobe? What discount codes do you have?
I don't have a discount code. I just have the link in the video. If you watch the videos.
I thought you had a discount for one website.
No, I just have a link to it.
Oh, okay.
If you go to our link, just go to the video and go to the link. The link will pull up Play HQ knives. That's where we got a link to it. Murray with the 5 bones. I don't always donate, but when I do, it's on Jared's channel. You
literally pulled the archaic Dos
right.
Equis meme.
Awesome. So that's what's up.
You know what meme we were
Take
just
note, guys. Take note.
You know what meme we were just looking at right before the live that's also archaic? Do you guys remember the one with that really skinny dude standing in the mirror and he's like, that foo-foo lame shit, I ain't with it. Put some shots on a something. I don't know what the fuck he says, and he's like, gratata. You guys remember that shit? That was circulating. We looked at it. It has like 9,999 fucking billion views, and it's like a 20-second clip 8 years ago.
It was like 9 billion.
I can't believe that was 8 years ago.
Million.
It was insane. Yeah.
Quality of the VOSTEED Thunderbird seems pretty good. You were saying that you'd make another video after further testing. Did you change any of your opinions? No, I haven't really changed any opinions. The only real thing, I wish I had a little bit deeper of a hollow grind. So that's really it. But other than that, really, no, I haven't changed much on it. But I also, because it's not in like stock or anything, I didn't wind up doing any further testing because there was really no point. But no, it's still really good. I got it actually sitting right there. Can you grab it?
What?
The red knife right there.
Brilliant. I was falling.
Cool knife though. Very, very smooth. Good detent. Nice front flipper too. It's a perfect front flipper.
Perfect?
Well, because the way it's jimped and the way how it's rounded. Yeah, it's very good.
It really disturbs me and bugs me whenever I'm answering messages for people through the channel and I write the word jimped. It always a little says that it's not a real word. Like it puts a little red bumpy line under it. Like I spelled it wrong. Is jimping or jimped or jimp's not a real word? Like who made that? And is it a real word for real?
What's the difference between jam and jelly? I can't jelly my dick up your ass.
But you can jam it. But you didn't answer my question. You just fully ignored it, and it was a serious question.
Sorry, go ahead.
That was a full ignore. Yeah. I was asking if jimp is a real word because it always says I'm spelling it wrong when I type it.
Or maybe they're just not smart enough to know that it's a real word.
Is it though? Like who fucking made that?
Sometimes there's words that belong in certain categories that maybe the algorithm just doesn't know because that would be involved in knife stuff and
But it knew Terravantium. I typed that today and it got that.
I don't know, baby.
Jimping is a legit word.
Jimping is a legit word.
I don't know, man. The computer doesn't think so. We're
going to pull up 5 clip point knives, starting off with the Tucson TS267, one of my favorite clip point knives, 14C28M. It's only like $99 or it's under $100. Titanium 14C, beautiful carbon fiber, Very well done titanium. Stupid good action.
Stupid.
Stupid good. Very good front flipper and reverse flick. This thing is amazing. One of the best under $100 knives you can buy.
I'm
Facts.
very, very picky about clip points.
And
if
this
I like
is a
them,
great clip point.
and this is one that I do, in fact, enjoy.
Because you can get to that tip so easily. This one
I don't
does.
like the hole in the scales, though.
I don't either, but this one does great utility cuts. So this one's actually a good one. Next one is the Jutland.
Another good
The
one.
Giant Mouse Jutland. Now this one, the tip does go up a little bit
It's
higher.
a little more
However,
Persian-y.
it still works good. Phenomenal fit, finish, and action. They tuned the detent on this to
Yeah,
perfection.
isn't that more of like a shallow Persian? It doesn't have the
Yeah.
clip.
It's trailing point.
It's not really a clip point.
It's a trailing clip point. It's a clip point that trails up.
Okay. It just
Like a
isn't like
bow.
a straight up clip point.
Amazing, amazing knife. This is a badass one.
Mm-hmm.
Use my Blade HQ link. I think there might be still some left. If not, check GP Knives. Then the new one by Ray Leconico. This one is a straight clip point.
Yeah.
And it is really, really good because this one you can get to the tip very
How many
easily.
people do you think would mistake that for a drop point? I almost just did.
Well, it's a clip point.
I saw, and now I see the
Yeah, it's
the clip, but it doesn't have an upswept tip really.
no, it's a straight
back
it's a
clip
straight
point.
It's a straight clip. Yeah.
Straight clip.
But phenomenal knife. Works really good. 20 CV steel, great action. The ergos, the fit, the finish.
I'm really
The
dissecting
clip,
my different
milled
clip points
titanium
tonight.
pocket clip. It works great. And then
See, Aaron Butters has some severe. Just real quick, baby. I'm so sorry. I have to show this. Look at the jimping on Butters. If I could show it to you
they
correctly.
can't see that.
Okay, I know you can see that. Look at that jimping on him. Look at that jimping. That's some jimping. Okay, so if Butters existed, you wouldn't have that complaint. Just saying.
Then we have I think it's Appalachian Drifter. Yeah, the Appalachian Drifter. I'm not even sure if these are still available or not. I think they might be discontinued, but this is an amazing clip point.
That's a more classic clip point.
Super deep hollow ground S35 VN blade,
That's
micarta and carbon fiber, multiple forms of deployment, including the reverse flick that works great. This is a mega slicer, and it's a little light duty knife, but damn it, is it good.
That is what I would consider a classic shaped clip point.
Yeah, this is a classic shaped clip point and a classic. It's a modern traditional. That's what I love about it because it's done modern style, modern materials, modern action, modern fit and finish in a traditional form.
Oh my God, I so agree with you, Shane.
One last one, then we can go on.
That's what I was saying.
Last one is the Concept Rivery. This one comes in, another straight clip. So it's another great clip point. This one works great. Stupid good action. Justin Lundquist design. So you got this beautiful top flipper. It's like a zipper or not a zipper, a Zippo. Damn it, come on.
Sorry. The camera just loves me. Oh my God.
Super snappy. It's just like lighting a lighter. But yeah, this one comes in lots of different versions. So if you don't like the purple G10, that's fine. It comes in lots of different versions, including titanium. But yeah, amazing, amazing knife.
I'm getting sleepy goofy.
All right, we're about to get out of here.
I didn't say you had to hurry up. I was just saying I'm getting.
If you want to go, go.
I'm just getting goofy. Hello, mother.
The HQ. Thank you, Kyle. I can't.
But yeah, my jimping on Butters is like some straight Medford jimping.
Did you see that?
What?
Nothing. There it goes. I was gonna say
it's because he's a bald assassin. His freaking
assassin.
His Zan super chat was even being
10
sneaky.
Bones. It flickered through and then it just disappeared.
That was crazy.
That's why I was like, did you see that?
Thank
you, man. I appreciate the donation.
Assassin.
Coming in with the 10 bounce from Bald Assassin. Thank you, man. It's hip to be jimped.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Hip,
very nice
so hip to
of
be
you.
Jimped. Yeah, it is a gorgeous knife. They killed that one, and I don't know if it is discontinued or not, or like there's still some available. But damn it, is it a good knife?
Wait, I see a joke.
So this guy wants his son's wife to call him dad, but she calls him Mr. George. So once again, this girl called him Mr. George. Mr. George, get angry and ask her, I should fuck your mom. Should I fuck your mom to call me dad?
That just sounds like an angry man.
Yeah.
Why are you going backwards in the comments when you're
Because
already
I'm
behind?
at the end.
Well,
Right
but,
here. I'm
but
at the end.
I didn't even
what
get
do you
to,
want to read?
didn't even get to read them, really.
Well, read them then.
I
read them.
Okay. Budget workhorse suggestions, anyone? Huh? Did you read that?
Civivi's.
That's very broad.
Civivi Praxis. $44. It's the best work knife.
And
you
the
can
mini
get.
practice for you small-handed
Or
people.
the Backlash. The Civivi Backlash. That's another
Civivi
good one.
Backlash is just like a
Front of budget.
good EDC work knife.
So is the Praxis.
But workhorse though? Did he say? Oh, he said budget workhorse. That's right. Yeah.
Good night, Mom. Love you. Thanks
Good
for
night.
joining us.
Kara, hope everyone had a nice weekend. You too.
Yeah, thank you, Mom. Hope you have a nice weekend too.
Yeah, it's surprising that you, the king of knife trolls, are not a mod. Who are you talking about? King of
Maurice.
knife trolls. Oh, I don't think I could give him that power. It would go to his head.
End the world.
Yeah, his
would just, like,
plans for
suddenly
world
stop.
domination would come together, and it would be scary.
My only complaint.
Jimped for her pleasure. I literally used to always say that back in the day when knives would have jimping.
Cold Steel Formax Scout for $55, King of Hard Use, but that's hard use. Like
He said workhorse.
Yeah,
To be fair.
workhorse is different than hard use. So a workhorse, I'm thinking of a work knife. Like I would never use a Formax for work. Like that, I would use it for outdoors, camping, things like that, like hard use stuff where I'm chopping, stuff where I'm batoning, stuff where I'm prying, but not on a job site. Like that's when I think of workhorse, I'm thinking of construction, carpentry, roofing, siding, fascia, gutters, windows, things like that.
Wait, Wallaby, was he a mod on our channel? I remember that name.
So.
Wallaby?
I don't think so. Wallaby was a good mod too. I wonder how he is doing.
I remember that name.
And disappeared.
Yeah,
it happens sometimes.
Wallaby.
It gets the best of us.
Anyway, there is no more mods being entered into the Neeves Knives channel, and probably until we get quite a few more, till we grow a little bit or a lot of bit more, because right now we have a pretty saturated amount of mods to where at any given time there's probably 4 of them in here, which is enough. And there's I think 9 or 10 total. So for now, no more mods are entering the mod squad, but one day it will be a possibility. Wallaby was a mod. That's right, dude. What happened to that? Yeah.
He got a girlfriend.
I knew that there was a mod.
Tail.
I was going through all the mods in my head the other day because I was thinking how Seems Logical was the first one, and then I was like trying to think in my head who was after, and I freaking knew I was forgetting somebody. That's who it was.
You got to get that tail.
Damn, yeah.
Workhouse, Warncliffe, Spyderco K390s, and Smock, but that's not budget. So you can't really name a Spyderco in a budget category. Even the Spyderco Delica technically wouldn't be like a budget banger. But yeah, I agree. Anything with Spyderco's K390 is amazing. That's probably my favorite steel. I love Spyderco, to be exact, like, because I haven't tried it from anybody else. I've tried 10V from other companies, but not K390 specifically. But man, do I love Spyderco's K390. They do such a good job with it. That's a steel that just sharpens up like a dream, takes the nastiest, sharpest edge of any kind of edge finish you want to put on it, and just hold it like a motherfucker.
Yeah, Q1 Fiend became the 4th mod because he won the spot as a mod. Wasn't that how Q1 Fiend became mod? Didn't we have like a battle for the mods to like get a new mod? And I like did like a trivia thing. And
but at that time we only had like 20 people in there.
I know, but we had like 3 mods, I think, at the time. And then Q1 Fiend went up against like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 other people that wanted to be mods. And yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
He says, yeah, I remember petitioning for Fiend to get it. Only one person who always
it was basically like we were just giving Fiend the mod spot, because since we chose trivia as the way to decide, it was just a shut and closed case. Yeah, that was fun.
I've been looking into some Warney Spydercos, but I don't know if I want to buy a Spyderco that doesn't have a compression
I
get
know
the
that
Manix.
feeling.
Just get the Manix.
But you want to get the compression lock because you're getting a Spyderco and it's unique to them, so you feel like you have to. The first time I was looking at Spydercos, I felt the same way. I liked some designs better that were liner locks,
Go with
but
the
I
ball
felt
lock
like
first.
I had to get the compression.
If you want to try the compression
Oh,
lock
the
first.
smock. I love the smock.
If you want to try the compression lock first, then go ahead, get the compression lock first. Pair 3, PM2, or the smock is a button lock version, but or the Capara, something like that. However, the Manix is amazing.
The smock isn't a warnie, but it's still got the downward tip. I would highly recommend it. Really, it's a really good knife. Really, really good.
I think Russ Cagle was also in that competition. I miss that guy. Him and Nate being brothers. In the chat. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and we used to think Q1 Bean was AI. That's right.
I see the Manix lightweight on secondary for $80 often. That's a budget workhorse. Yeah. If you can get it for $80, then yeah. I still think when you're talking about budget, you're usually talking about under 60. But if we're talking about under 100, then yeah, if you can get a Manix under $100, take it right away. But normally for the G10 one, it's like 150, 160, up to like 170. But the lightweight ones are like 130. So
I don't
normally
I don't like the Manix lightweight only because if you did want to change the scales, it's like they're pinned into place.
Yeah, the Yojimbo too. Yes, the Yojimbo too is another one.
Yeah, that's another good Warren clip if you want to call it that.
It's probably one of their best when you're talking about geometry wise. It has an actual real Warren cliff, and it's a hollow grind and a deep hollow grind. So it's very thin behind the edge. That's probably arguably the best geometry on any of the Spydercos is going to be on the Yojimbo.
I always feel like the Yojimbo blade was like a really jagged shaped blade, and it reminds me of like a balloon that was deflated, just like its shape, where it's like.
I was wrong about that.
What?
The Chaparral would probably be like the thinnest because the Chaparral has like a 75,000th blade stock.
I've never been more disappointed by a Spyderco
Trixie's
than
knocking on the door. Gotta go, guys. Later, Maurice. We're about to take off.
Wasn't talking over here.
Go ahead, baby.
No.
Please.
No, I feel sad.
Please. I didn't hear you. I was reading. Go ahead.
We're just saying I've never been more disappointed by a Spyderco that I wanted so bad than the Spyderco Drunken. I'm still really upset about that. I wanted that knife for a long time, and I felt it, and I hated it. Why do you have the longest eyelash on planet Earth? Is that attached?
You were pissed when you tried it.
I didn't like it. It was Tri-States.
Yeah. In my opinion, budget rose when y'all started paying $80 for mediocre Kizers. I can see that. Chaparral is my best knife for making super thin cuts. Yeah, the Chaparral, man, that thing is a mega slicer. The thing is, though, is that it's super thin geometry, but it's also a small knife, small handle, so you're not going to get the best ergos from it. But just as a small, compact, badass knife, the Chaparral is like unbeatable.
Escort or drop bear?
What?
Escort or a drop bear?
I like the drop bear's blade better, blade shape more. So I'm gonna say drop bear. However, I like the size. See, that's the thing. I like some things on the one more than the other. Like I like the size of the one more than the drop bear, but I like the blade shape more on the drop bear. So both the geometries are equal. So yeah.
Yeah, girls are always jealous of guys' eyelashes for some reason.
We want to try a Python. That would like I literally almost got on that pre-order.
Yeah.
I'm not. I want to
haven't,
so bad.
though.
It's like $644, and literally, like the other day, I was literally shaking about to do it. Like I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then I backed off. I went back. I literally went back and forth all day, and in the end, I did not.
You
pre-order.
can't buy yourself presents before Christmas, though.
But it's just
you always do that.
But the thing is, though, is that
what if that's what I got you? You ever think about
how
that?
would you have gotten it when it's not available?
I got Connects. My last name is Neeve. What the fuck? I got the Connects.
All I'm saying is, if that thing comes into stock and I have an opportunity to buy one, there's a fine chance I could snag one. But when it came to the pre-order thing, I started thinking about like, how long is this going to be? 6 months, a year? Am I going to want it?
You got the Connects. I'm just kidding.
I got long eyelashes and bright.
Oh, Jerad has some long mother effing eyelashes. That eyelash I was just trying to pull from you was connected. It's like
What?
super long. I've always wanted to put mascara on you just to see how long they could get.
No.
I'm not jealous of them though. I know a lot of girls would be very jealous of these effing
I've had
eyelashes.
lots
Those.
of girls say that to me.
Yeah, I bet you have. I'm like, damn boy, look at them eyelashes. But I like my own eyelashes, so I don't have a problem with it. Otherwise, I would secretly at night remove them one by one and then do a transplant for myself.
Move them over.
Yeah.
I said I'd never do a pre-order again after the raid, and then I pre-ordered the voodoo immediately.
Fuck no, I'm lost in his eyes. Kara put some mascara on Jerad. He would never allow it. Not even if I swore to secrecy and no one ever saw or knew, he still wouldn't let me.
I'd have to fucking work out for a fucking month straight.
He would.
I mean, have to do
he's
about
like that guy on the
650 push-ups in
commercial.
one day.
You know the guy in the commercial where he accidentally.
1,000 push-ups.
You know the guy in the commercial where he accidentally uses the vagina soap.
Yeah.
And then he just starts doing super manly stuff because she's like, "That's for the V or whatever."
Yeah, and then he finds out that he used her
yeah.
vagina
How much do we
soap
have
for
to
his
raise?
body, and then. He's like, you see him out in the yard mowing the lawn with a metal helmet on his head, and it's like, you're not going to turn into a woman, you're not going to grow a vagina.
If you could raise,
you might.
If you could raise $600 in one live, would you let me do it?
No. No, my dad would come out of his grave.
What do you think would happen to you?
I mean, I'd have to do like 1,000 push-ups, like for the next.
Okay,
week,
you could do that
for
too.
the next week straight every day.
You could just also do that in the same.
Do you know how much
live.
effort 1,000 push-ups is a day?
No, I'm not asking you to do it in a. Yeah, vagina soap is a thing because
the V.
The soap.
It's for the V.
The soap is pH balanced because.
For the V.
It can throw off your natural acidity.
It's called. I think it's called the V.
No, it's called Venus or
Venus,
something.
Yeah,
Venus.
I
don't know, but that's
for the V.
It's because regular soap can unbalance your pH levels and be bad for you.
See, Seth knows it's out.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to risk that, I guess.
Yeah.
You see, he feels like he needs to work out too, just from the conversation.
Good looks on the recommendation, everyone. Have a blessed night. Good for you, Derek. Good for you. Get your ass to working. His chin would fall.
Does anyone
There's
know?
my Adam's apple. What the fuck?
Wait, no, I don't know what that joke is. It's just a bar with a hole in it. Oh my god, that's so funny. That was really good. That was really good.
Oh, that's
this is what happens when we go to.
That's a good joke.
This is what happens when we go to 9:31 p.m. Once you get past 9:30, shit gets cray.
The best budget button lock is probably the Sun Cut Sashi.
Sorry,
the Sun Cut Wataga. The Sun Cut Wataga.
Why don't you ever recommend the raccoon? Huh?
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, why don't you tell me why?
The raccoon is great.
It's a wonderful knife and it has a cute name that I love. And it's a pretty color.
The Wataga is more affordable and more available.
It's also harder to say.
It is. But yes, the
you're
raccoon's
saying
a good one too.
If you could get the raccoon, if it's available.
I don't know if it's even available anymore.
If you could get it. It's dope.
The Wataga is really good though too.
I gotta go raccoon. Thank you,
really,
Fiend.
really
The AI agrees with me.
All right, guys, we're about to take off. Conspirator and anything named raccoon. Not that I've seen it. No.
Hold it up better. The raccoon is really nice. Look at this color micarta.
I have a full video on it. Full review. I have a full review.
Yeah, the thumbnail is literally 2 raccoons and one of them's holding.
No, I have a full review. That was the.
Oh.
I don't think that was the review. That was just the first impression.
Well, anyway, the micarta is absolutely beautiful and it's a good quality micarta and the button lock is smooth. The thumb studs are nice. It's a perfect size for anyone. We got a ding ding.
Holy cow! Right before we get out of here, Artisan Walker Tape Lead. Thank you for the 5 bounds, and I appreciate it, bro. I'm a leathersmith, and I love using my pocket knives for my work. Best edge angle for a Wii Mini Mouse 20 CV and
is that a question?
Yes. Okay, so if you're using the Worksharp Precision, if you're only using their stones, so if you can go to Gritomatic right? Or go watch my aftermarket attachments video for the Worksharp. There's a ton of aftermarket parts. You want to get a base and you want to get the stone holder. So you can also just go to my Amazon link down in the description and type in Gritomatic after you pop up Amazon. Go to their page. They have stone holders, and they have a bunch of attachments there, but specifically a stone holder. That way you can get any stone you want. You can get the Neeves, you can get Atomas, you can get whatever. And you can improve that system tenfold, literally. But if that's the only system you have and you only have those stones, do 17 degrees per side to 600 grit. And then after you get the 600 grit and you have a burr on both sides, take the ceramic stone and just knock the burr off. Do not finish the edge with the ceramic. Just knock the burr off. You're going to have a really, really good crispy edge. Then if you have a strop. But that's what I would do. 17 degrees per side, 600 grit. Now, if you had the Veneve stones, like I was just saying, I would tell you to do 15 degrees per side at like 5,000 grit. But then you'd have a mirror polished edge with a nice big edge bevel though. So it'd be a big edge bevel. You could do 17 degrees per side at 5,000 grit as well. But with the Worksharp specifically, 600 grit, knock the burr off with the ceramic. Thank you for the donation.
No, not that far. Whoa. Get Kyle's comment. Go down a little bit. Look for his pink circle. There it is. I want to do that. Except for possums don't have red eyes. They have so many misconceptions surrounding them, the poor things. You even think they have red beady eyes.
Some of them do, don't they?
They do not.
Some of them do.
They just have black eyes.
Some of them have
But I totally could do that. The thumb studs would be the eyes, though.
What's it?
And then I would put little, like it would have to be a serrated edge for their teeth, like all the way down the edge for their little teethies. Yeah, I read that. That was a good one.
Between oral or anal and oral. Oral sex makes your day. Anal makes your whole week. That's fucking hilarious.
That's a good one.
All right, guys. First off, Bang Gang Live tomorrow. Don't forget, Bang Gang Live tomorrow about 12:15. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. So if you're not a member, maybe you want to join, and then you can join our live tomorrow. Shout out to the Patreons. Thank you for all the support, guys. We love you guys. We do have the giveaway coming up very soon. I do have the knives. I just got to make the video for you guys to enter. Were we going to do something different this time or no?
For what?
With the giveaway? No, we'll talk about it after. Thank you guys for all the donations tonight. We do appreciate the donations. Massively help this channel. So thank you guys. And thank you guys for using our links. That is, you guys have no idea how big of a help it is that you guys use our links. That is one of the best incomes we have on this channel is from you guys using our links and supporting us. Thank you for hitting the like button. That also helps us out in the algorithm. YouTube won't share our shit unless if you like our videos. So thank you for doing that when you guys do. We do appreciate it. We thank you guys for all hanging out with us. We love you guys. Thank you guys for chilling with us. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you, Fiend. I knew Fiend
Don't
was gonna,
forget
I knew
to
Fiend
say
was gonna
hi
come
to
in
your
hot.
friendly neighborhood possums next time you see one. Give
Give
him a little kiss.
Give him a treat.
Give him a little
Give him a
kiss.
treat. Give him a little food.
Bye.